Hey everybody, welcome to Forge the Narrative. This is the summer seasonal Game 5. This is comparable to Game 5 of the NBA Championships. We have got two big heavy hitters from the FTW Durham Battle Bunker locations. We've got our boy Horton with his Necrons chilling, and then we've got the defending round 4 champion of this table, Austin, with the...
You got the camera. What do you got the camera on right now?
Right now it's the overhead. Let me go ahead and tune it in on their army list. Here we go. So we've got this our boy Horton right here. He is setting up. That is 5 annihilation barges and 4 night sights. Plus he always runs with the what are those death marks? Yep.
He likes to run 20 death marks. He runs them in 2 night sights with destroyer lords to give him preferred enemy. It's a very dirty combo. He will kill Wraithites with those things.
Yep.
It's pretty interesting. This is our mission. This is our Maelstrom of War mission, our modified one. This is like the first time we're going to be a part of it in an actual tournament. I've also got a few other pieces of information that are interesting. Okay, so Austin is 27 points ahead of the pack right now. He is destroying this tournament.
27 points.
So he's 27 points ahead of Horton. Horton needs to essentially get either 27 and keep him to 0, get 28 holding the 1, whatever the differential is. Horton is probably not going to keep Austin at 0 points.
Man.
Because it is the Maelstrom of War mission. So it's really interesting. Austin feels really confident that there's no way he can stop from himself and win this tournament, which is why we do battle points. We want to reward people for just smashing it.
Yeah, knocking it out of the park.
Just going in there, kill people, go in there with a super ridiculous army, shut people down, win this thing. Because I don't like to reward people for timid play, which is why I don't like a win-loss tournament. I don't like you to be able to like just sit in the backfield, not engage me, and then win. No story was told. You didn't do anything. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I'd rather all day somebody lose a game and still win because their strength of their victory, the margin of their victory, was recorded. I don't want a bunch of barely wins to even count.
Exactly. And let me tell you what, like Austin did his deed and put together a really solid, strong list. I think this list is infinity times better than 5 Night Titans.
Oh, yeah.
This wouldn't even be a match right now if it was 5 Night Titans, you know. But I'm not going to count Horton out. Like the good thing is that Horton, does he know this going into the game that he's 27 points down?
He is aware of the point spread. We post it with all the pairings so that way people can fact check us.
I love it. So Horton is actually he is going to exploit that. He's going to know that he's got to put everything out on the line. There's no conservative play here. He has to do everything that he can to stop even 1 point from happening.
Yep. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go in there and let them know to begin their game. Juice, do your best with the camera work.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm going to let these guys start. I'm going to let you handle the questions and everything. I'll be back shortly.
Awesome. Thanks. All right. So, Ben, sorry, man, for the question. Went weird before, but I wanted to know how do Forge World Army lists from the Imperial armor, such as the Dread Mob list for orcs, fit in attachment-wise in 7th? Okay, gotcha. I'm sorry, I merged some of those other things together. I actually do not want to give you a bad answer by responding to this, so what I'm about to do, I am not as versed with Imperial armor in Forge World as some people in our group, like our boy MBG. So this is me on camera taking a picture of your question. And on our live Monday hangout, or when MBG makes his appearance back on here today, I will make sure that I hit Rob with this question to get that answer for you, dog. So I will do my part. All right. So back out with this slugfest. I really love. This is a David and Goliath Hail Mary. You have to score more touchdowns than your opponent for you to win the game. And that's exactly the position that Horton is in. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Please, everybody, hold questions and applauses till the end. TPM.
What's happening, everybody? Sorry I'm a little bit late, a little bit under the weather today.
Oh, man,
Everything's
it's all
going
good.
smooth.
Oh, yeah, man. It's just a rainy Sunday pretty much everywhere across the country. So.
Good times.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we actually, because of our mission setup, you're going to love this. So our boy Austin right now is he is 27 points ahead of the pack.
Wow.
27 points ahead of the pack. So right now he is playing Horton and already knows that he's going into the game that if he scores 1 point, I think this round is a max of 31 points.
33 points.
33 points. Okay, so it's got to be a massive swing. So Austin knows that if he just clinches 5 points, it's pretty much impossible for him to lose. But Horton playing 5 annihilation barges, 4 night scythes, and death marks knows this going into the game. And if I know Horton, I know that he is gonna put every bit of everything on the line, not holding anything back. Because if during this our modified Maelstrom mission, if Austin can pick up some early points, it is going to be detrimental. The game will be over before it starts.
So this is Mission 5, right?
This is Mission 5.
The Emperor's Light or whatever it is. The Dawn of a New Day, I think is what it is.
Yep.
So he could get, Horton could technically get all primary, tertiary, and primary, secondary, and tertiary objectives and close out Austin.
Yep.
So it is possible for him to get all those points and not give up any to Austin. Is that correct? I mean, that is correct.
Yeah, that is correct. Yep. Man, Austin's list has been real solid. Just to give another rundown, that is 3 Wraith Knights, one being the small blast, the 3 strength 6 AP2 small blast.
Got a shuriken catapult on that thing?
He does.
I'm sorry, scatter laser.
Scatter laser. Yep, he does, and then he also has 2 with the distortion cannons, and then he also has 4 Eldar jet bike squads. And 2 Night Titans, one being the Melta and one being the Battle Cannon, and a Farseer with the Laughing Mantle on a jet bike.
Yep, that's a strong list.
That is a strong list. Would you not say that is infinity times better than 5 Night Titans?
Yeah, I think it could do some work against some Night Titans, for sure.
Yeah.
I played this mission last night.
Oh, how'd it go?
Against a local guy. I played against... I played a list very similar to what we talked about on the last podcast.
Okay, the IG...
with Marine. So I
Marines.
took Lysander out, but I allied in Space Wolves and took that fast attack drop pod and potted in some Centurions. And it actually went pretty well. I lost the game by a couple of points.
Okay.
Actually, we tied out the primary, but I lost points.
Gotcha.
The secondary.
And what did you play against?
I played against B-Star with 3 Wave Serpents, about, I want to say 4 or 5 Farseers. I don't know. It was one of those lists.
Gotcha.
It was, and Eldrad. Eldrad was in there also. So it was Eldrad, the Baron, Beast, and I think 2 other Farseers, and 3 Wave Serpents with Dire Avengers inside.
That's really solid.
It was a great list.
B-Star hasn't gone anywhere, right?
No, absolutely not. And the thing that I was kind of surprised I did as well as I did, considering that my last cannons were practically useless with the way that terrain placement was and how fast the B-Star moves. I never shot the Wyverns because he got the invisibility off on the Beast Pack. I did not stop a single invisibility, and yet the way the mission played out was still in it the whole way. It was a game all the way into turn 6 when the game.
Yep. Awesome. So even though you've played against something that had an invisible unit that, and everybody's saying, and we all agree that invisibility is kind of broken and it does things, but it's not doesn't mean the game was over.
My mouth. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. It's a talent of mine. I have an uncanny ability to try to talk to people while they're eating.
Yep. Well, the invisibility obviously very strong, and on that Beast Pack, it's really obnoxious. But just the way the mission helped mitigate that stuff that was already in the game, this kind of frustrating to play against. I felt like I was and now don't get me wrong, after playing it, and I'm sure we're getting feedback from this tournament too. There's some tweaks I like to make to Mission 5. That's the least tested one we got so far.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yep,
but
there's actually some people have been giving some great input there about what they think and things, and so yeah, I could definitely see some tweaks. What were you thinking?
Well, I don't want to say too much
Okay.
before the game plays out now. It's just one game does not make enough.
A single
But
try. Yep.
what I do want to do is make sure that the objectives 1 through 4, the first 4 objectives, are not too valuable, because the alternate condition to score that point is either never going to
Doesn't
come
matter.
up, or
Yeah.
it doesn't matter, or whatever. So that's basically the thought of it. Is I want to make sure that it doesn't place too much value on any one.
1 through 4 objective. Gotcha.
I want to be all equal value and difficult. You just don't camp out on objective 1, so to speak.
Gotcha. Our boy Justin Troop just sent me a text message. He's having some problems with his computer, but he's tuning in with his iPad and things. So, Jay Troop, glad to have you.
Cool, man. Yeah, actually, I was watching from my iPhone earlier.
Oh, okay. How'd that go? So I haven't been able to watch anything live or whatever on my phone
You're
on the
holding it down.
stuff. Yeah,
Seemed good.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was like,
okay.
man, I really wish that we had some audio of what they got going on in there.
How people been digging the game so far? You got some pretty good armies. I mean,
Oh yeah, some really solid lists. We've got Necrons have got a great showing. I think there's probably 4 or 5. They're the most shown right now, I would say. We've got, and they're all different kinds. We've got one that is 7 night sights. We've got one that's got the Transcendent Satan. We've got one that's got 5 Annihilation barges. We've got more traditional with wraiths and like 4 night sights. So I mean, they're everywhere.
And it sounds like single CAD Eldar just holding it down by himself.
Yeah, single cat Eldar is going off.
Yeah. I mean, that brings up a really good point, though, man. Because I'm all about it. Like, I'm glad that list has all the power that it has. But it's just kind of interesting, And what we talk about is, in order to compete with that stuff on an equal level, you need most of the rules in 7th edition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I'd also like to speak on another thing about people with summoning. I'm so happy to see our boy Horton up here. He's such a good general. But now we could see a leapfrog, but a good friend of the show, EJ, he's running flying MCs with over 30 power, with like 28 power dice, summoning wise. So we're talking, this is the boogeyman when it comes to the internet, and people saying it's unbeatable, it's on this and that, and not saying that he's playing wrong or who knows what's going on. I'll talk with EJ in a little bit and find out, how his event went. But I mean, solid tactical play, I'm sure, and maybe luck has some factor in, but it's not on this top table. I think that should, and EJ is as good of a player as they come. So I mean, I think it has something to say with. Just because somebody thinks something is the best doesn't mean it is.
That's true, and
you gotta play the game.
A lot of things go into it, like you mentioned. So we don't know exactly what could have caused a stumble, if anything did cause an actual stumble.
Yep.
Along the way, but I mean, there's things out there now that can compete with that stuff. I think now the only concern anybody should have is just time. So if you're going to bring that list, just get better with it, and so you don't slow the game down.
Exactly. Have your models ready. Make sure that if you're going to use these models, you don't have to dig underneath the table to find the unit you're going to use. Go ahead and have them out exactly like EJ did. He basically, to every table he brought 2 display boards with 2 full armies on it. His actual army, and then a whole nother army that he potentially could summon at any given second. He'd reach down, pick them up. They were all beautifully painted, and he put them out. So, there was no trifling through a toolbox to find these models. There's none of that, So
that's pro. I mean, that's what you should do.
Exactly.
How's the look of the armies there? I mean, I know that we just had a painting requirement, but are they still, the people put the effort in, stuff looking good?
Yeah, no, we've got some really cool stuff. We've got some cool converted items. Matter of fact, our boy Daniel from the Borderlands area, Evan S.'s boy, had a really cool looking Helldrake that shot fire completely out of his mouth. And I mean, it was from his mouth, 7 inches in the air, angled probably 8 or 9 inches down.
Oh, like that. It's like a resin bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
Yes.
that.
Oh, TPM himself.
What's happening?
We were just talking about the TPM Players' Choice Award, the TPM Award for Excellence.
Nice. Somebody won it yet?
I think I know who's won it. Unless something dramatic happens, it's not going to change.
All right.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, getting things set up, going in the final round.
That's cool. Mention to see how this game plays out. I know that the Horton's up against the wall here, and Austin's been basically taking names.
Oh, he's been just beating people down with like what I guess Juice is referred to as a much better version of Five Night Titans.
Right. That comes with toughness 9.
Yeah, and it's got objective secured. Hey, Kenny, what's Horton's attitude right now? Like, is he feeling optimistic? Is he feeling, probably?
He's kind of got his game face on. Was what
you better be listening to Eye of the Tiger. Let me tell you, before any kind of big game, I go in the bathroom and I do that speech that Bill Bellamy does for any given Sunday, where he's telling himself he is the greatest wide receiver in the world.
Ever. Steaming Willie Beam.
I do the same speech, but from Boogie Nights with Mark Wahlberg at the end of the movie. See that one?
Yeah.
I do the same one, but mine's with that one.
Yeah, I like it. I know Horton is in the zone. I've had the opportunity to play against Horton multiple times, and if there's anybody who is up to this challenge, it will be him.
Well, what we're talking, Kenny, is it's actually possible. I mean, if he closes them out and gets all the objectives.
If he works hard, he has tools.
He has
the ability to be in many places at once. Death Marks can kill Wraith Knights.
Yeah, and if he plays Gutsy and he gets the first turn, and you get some, hey, sometimes when you're a Necron player and you roll 6s, you just win the game. And
he has enough Tesla to shut down Wraith Knights. Night Titans.
Night Titans. Yeah, with 5 annihilation barges, he could pick up a Night Titan turn 1.
Oh yeah. And then whichever ones he blows up, he can reinforce that with the Night Titans coming in.
Yep. So I see this coming down to the primary objective rolls. So if he gets some favorable rolls and in objectives he can get to, and just get ahead, he just has to get a point or two ahead on the primary objective, and he can win that primary.
That's true. Yep. Looks like Patrick's in the chat. Thank you for coming in, and he says he knows that tall guy. That's Horton. He's a good guy.
I think kill points being the secondary, and it's possible to just get one extra kill, get one up on kill points. And it sounds like, though, that Austin has fewer units, so Horton may need to protect his. Is that what I'm looking at?
Austin has 4 jetbike squads.
Okay, all right, easy to pick up.
Yeah, he can definitely snag. He can. It's basically what I predict is Horton is playing to preserve his second place status.
I think he's got the opportunity to go for it.
He absolutely has the opportunity. I think that one good Maelstrom roll for Austin basically can take that from him. So it can still, we are still doing a modified Maelstrom War mission, which means that there is a luck to the objective rolling.
Yep.
So we've taken a lot of the luck out with what the scale is, with only being a 6-point scale. But he can seriously still roll objective 1 and 4 on his side of the table and just be like, well, I got 2 points.
Right.
So there's definitely.
If they both do everything right, Horton can still pick up 31 points out of this.
That is very true. He can. Absolutely. Yeah. But does that actually stop Austin from picking up his points?
That does. That's if Austin would only be able to get in that situation if he did everything slightly less right. He's looking at 3 points in that situation.
Right. Cool. No, absolutely,
man. Can we go over the Maelstrom missions 1 through 6? What happens if people roll the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and everything, and see if there's...
I got it right here in my hands if you guys want me to...
Shout it out.
Okay, so, as usual, there's a primary objective. Whoever gets the most points wins this objective. You roll 2 dice at the beginning of your turn, re-roll in doubles, and apply the following results. A 1 control Maelstrom Objective 1, or destroy a building. 2, control Maelstrom Objective 2, or destroy one of your opponent's non-independent character units. The 3 is obviously Objective 3, but or you can destroy one of your opponent's independent characters. 4 is Objective 4, or issue a challenge. 5 is control your Emperor's Will objective, or have a unit in your opponent's deployment zone. 6, control your opponent's Emperor's Will objective, or control the center of the table by having a unit within 3 inches of that point. The player with the most objective points will be awarded 18 points. A tie is 9 each.
So it looks like a 3 is going to be tough for either person to get, the independent character.
Yes. So something kind of interesting. Obviously, we've been tweaking these missions, finding new wordings to like update, et cetera, et cetera. We are like getting so close to perfecting these missions to basically being the most perfect missions that have ever been made for 40K. We're very close. Few new wordings in Mission 3 that we'll go into probably, you know, as the podcast goes on. But something that somebody brought up to me today, and then I thought about it. I kind of want to see for Maelstrom of War, like our mission, what if we made like all the secondaries really hard? Like, obviously get Objective 1 or destroy a building. But what if we made it and or destroy a building, making it potentially worth 2 points?
Talking about a little bit earlier before this about how we need to tweak those alternate things for the objectives to make sure that one objective wasn't more valuable on the tabletop than the others.
Yes.
So it's just that kind of feedback is good. So we'll definitely be revisiting that. And I would also like to argue this is already the best mission pack this ever.
It currently it's arguable now that it's the best. Yeah. We are very close to making it not even arguable.
There you go. I'll take that.
Patrick, he is playing Crons, and he loves them, and this is Double Cat.
Yeah, I'll let you guys entertain the people. I got to go do some rule stuff.
Sounds good.
And then also, we're not playing with cards, the Maelstrom cards. This is the TPM's missions, and this is the mission number 5 with our own modified Maelstrom.
Condensed with a D6. You basically have 2 objectives that you're going for every round, and they change every turn.
Oops, excuse me. I'll be right back.
So what that is, basically what that means is that the objectives are different for each person every turn, and they change every turn. So you have that movement phase or that turn of the game to score the points, which I actually played last night, like I mentioned, and it ended up being pretty good. It allowed us to basically have to be thinking every single round and not just playing for the end. And when you got things like variable gain length still mattered, because if you got a point up, you didn't want to give your opponent that next round to try to get some more points for you. Again, it allowed me to fight against a B-star with 3 Farseers in it and a Baron, which I would like to point out, my Dread Knight, which we included on the podcast, kind of as like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we had this in there? Perform like a champ. He got absolute work done. Never fired the incinerator because everything was invisible, but he was punching with his fist. He was a fisty puncher face, which is all nice when that happens. And I put a lot of work into that model, so I'm glad I get to put them back on the table again. The psychic dice that I added in in the form of some henchmen did not perform very well for me. I never stopped a single psychic power. It was kind of unfortunate. But, it's the way it is sometimes. I did not get off any psychic powers. Well, except perfect timing. I got off perfect timing on my Centurions, which allows me to take down a couple of Wave Serpents, which was nice. The Legion of the Damned performed like champs. And that's having those mobile units really helped in these type of missions because I could come down wherever I thought I was going to need to. So even before we rolled dice, like I was kind of unfortunate that all my reserves came in on the same round 2. So I sprinkled them all over the board just to be able to in case anything came up, I'd be able to stick them down on one of those objectives. The drop pod also being good. And I want to point out that the objectives having infinite height and depth is something I think is critical to gameplay to help even the playing field also. That allows you to use all the cool tall terrain pieces, that allows you to have things like interesting modeling, where you don't have to worry about the hull being so many inches from where or whatever. It gets rid of some of the kind of the clunky game rules that keep people from playing certain things.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point that came up about the infinity height objectives and things, because there was actually a play where it came up in the tournament yesterday in round one where a guy was sitting on the top of a ruin, and he was like, "Oh no, I have to jump down," and they turned and looked. I was like, "Hey, Dad, is he still considered to be within 3 inches?" Like, yes, it has infinity height. This is this high, infinity height inches long. You know what I mean? So it just gives a little more dynamic to the game, so it's not so cookie cutter.
I mean, kind of came into the situation where I was even trying to manipulate it in game that I played with these missions, and I was like, I'm gonna put this dev squad on the top of this building, this 3-level building, and I'm still within 3 inches of the objective.
Exactly. Yep.
And I thought, like, is this creating a feel bad? I'm like, I don't think so, because there's so much stuff that can get at this. He could just shoot these guys, he can kill them. He could charge me with a beast. I mean, that's basically what happened.
Yeah, and also to go with that, to go against it, like you were getting it from the at the top, but guess what? You are not blocking him from getting it from the bottom, so he can just easily walk up if he can stand there, and it's true line of sight. So if he is hiding up under a level, your guys on top can't shoot down and see. So I mean, I think it's fair across the board. Like, where if everything is on the bottom, you could, 6 guys, you could block somebody out from getting close enough to be able to contest.
Yep. Well, I like that. I castled up in this particular mission. I don't. They can't hear us, can they? I don't want to be giving
No.
anything. Nope. I castled up with several objective secured units on objective 4. Ended up being objective 4 and my Emperor's Will objective.
Oh.
Now, what we did was we numbered using Du Bois objective markers with the numbers on the back. We set them down, placed them randomly, and then revealed the objectives before the game started after we'd already deployed. Just to kind of, there's objective 1 is slightly more valuable in my opinion because it's that there's no way to basically get the alternative in most games because it's destroy the building currently. Mm-hmm. Which I think that's one to be the first things we kind of tweak. But I thought that was interesting, that we did. We revealed and we numbered them in secret like it was a scouring mission and then revealed them. And so objective 4 and my Emperor's Will were right together. So I want to say, let's see what I did. I had the Imperial Guard platoon, the platoon command squad, the command squad, and Cody has 2 Devastator squads all over there, just camped out on those 2 objectives. And it, specifically to make sure that I had those. Even if I got charged by the beast pack, it would take a long time to get rid of my objective secured unit over there.
Yeah, and that's exactly why lists like yours is super solid when you bring that many objective secured units. You're able to just lock units down. And I've actually thought about, I can run 6 flying hive tyrants, I can do things like that, but you know what I'll be sacrificing? I will not have a 30-man block of objective secure termagants, and which in a lot of situations, they are just as happy with me on top of objective fearless and being in combat with a Wraith Knight.
Yeah.
Because without that, how do you deal with some units? How do you deal, So it says a lot for having big objective secured stuff.
Yeah, let me tell you, the battle hymns, so good. For the priest.
Oh yeah.
Just so good.
Coming in clutch.
Oh man, just getting those. Basically, when you've got that squad that's stubborn and fearless, and plentiful in bodies, re-rolling anything, very good. I like it.
No doubt.
I'm going over. This is a nitpick thing. Changing subjects a little bit. The Militarum Tempestus is spelled differently than the Space Wolves Tempestus Psychic Discipline, which bothers me. Or supposed to mean storm. Because on Fenris they have a different dialect.
They do. It's called the Blizzard Storm dialect.
Right.
Patrick, I actually don't know how many storm techs that Horton has. I will, as soon as we get somebody back in, I actually will shoot Horton a text here in a minute, and find out.
Patrick, you can get the missions off of forgenarrative.com. There's a link that goes to the mission pack, or you can get it on Facebook if you like. That whole debate came up between the priest being able to use the leadership of the squad, and it only came up because we actually just talked about it, like, hey, what do you guys think, about this leadership with the squad, or is it his own personal leadership for the war hymns? You dealt with that at all during the course of the tournament, Juice?
I have not. And we actually, surprisingly enough, we only have one, maybe two IG players, and Talon was one of them, and he was basically playing Tank Company, or versions of it, so where he's just got, it was like Pask and a couple Punishers, Executioners, I think one or two Wyverns. I mean, it was like, it's added up to be about 11 tanks, 10 or 11 tanks, plus Firestorm Readout.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's the one with the Skyfire guns, right?
Yep, with the 4 twin glass cannon shots, and then for like 15 points extra, you can make him Bliss Skill 3. So I mean, that's solid now.
Yeah. Seems good.
Oh, Justin Troop is in. Glad to see you got everything fixed up.
Said his prayers to the tech priest. Oh, there you go. Praise be the Emperor. Fix the stupid PC. You getting the 411 from Horton?
Yep, I'm shooting him a text right now. I wish I would have got copies of lists already. Horton. How many?
Williams coming in and saying it's in the rules when a model takes a test is under his own leadership in the characteristic test section. Yes. And there are 4 different versions of this priest that are out there also. Yeah, we were on leadership 7.
How are you feeling on right now about the new Grey Knight stuff that's coming out potentially, and it's bumping out Blood Angels?
Yeah, not happy about it.
Yeah, I'm not.
Why include it's not? It doesn't even sound fresh like what we've seen. It's just all kind of vanilla, just making new rules for the plastic models, and not even awesome rules.
Yeah.
Willing to be disappointed. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm willing to be wrong, and for them to not disappoint me with something awesome that just isn't there. That because we only have a bit of it.
Oh man, does it look like to me that they obviously haven't started yet, but it looks like all 3 Night Titans are a lot closer. Do you think that he got the Warlord's raid that allowed him to infiltrate 3 units?
No. Well, that's interesting. Let me bring that up.
Man.
They're up on the board.
Yeah, man, and they are close. He might have just, a matter of fact, he looks like he's in the shooting phase now.
I could just move him up because it could be a jump move there.
That actually, that roll right there looked as well to be if he was rolling on the table for the Night Titans, though. Pointed to each one and then rolled. Now, as a Night Titan player, I know I like to roll 6s, so I know what I would do. But have you thought about? I noticed that a lot of Night Titan players don't roll on their special chart.
What do you mean by this? Do you mean their Warlord chart?
No, the one where I guess every Night Titan, no matter if you're a Warlord or not, like you just get to roll on that chart, and basically a 2 through 5, nothing really happens, and on the roll of a 1, you get the
Oh,
derpy.
that's
The
only
derpy
if they're
side.
in the primary detachment
Oh,
where you roll
okay.
stuff. So just as an ally, you don't get that.
Okay, I'm with it now.
Because that way, one of them becomes Super Knight, and then whatever.
Yeah, and then Derp Knight.
Yep.
And then, just so you know, Paul, the blue-looking things from Planet of the Hoth in Star Wars, that shield generator is actually a shield generator, a void shield generator. Um, so I was actually kind of surprised to see that he's got his void shield generator set up, and he doesn't have kind of Night Titans huddled around it. It looks to be this purple guy's a little out in the open.
They might have had that same talk. It was like, hey, man, I could actually win this tournament if I get all the points.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm going to try to make sure you don't win all the
Yep.
points.
Yep.
But I like that, man. I like that mission play. I mean, I like that style of play. Like, let's go it out, see what happens.
Yeah.
And so even that game last night, I'm only talking about it because it's the same mission, and it gets some good play in.
I'm back.
Was that, we lost. Kenny, I was just talking about, I played this mission last night against Eldar Beastar, which is, let me just say, obnoxious when you don't block any of his abilities. But it was a game the whole way, basically due to the mission itself. Kept everybody playing and everybody thinking every single round that came.
I got some info on what's happening right now on the top table.
Oh, what do you got?
So Austin got the infiltrate warlord trait.
That's what it looked like.
So he infiltrated up, got dominant, but obviously Horton set his guys up in such a way to mitigate exactly how much distance he would get. Horton stole the initiative.
Ooh.
So step one in Horton's master plan
was to roll sixes.
So he stole the initiative, so Horton's going first, trying to shut things down. But also, Austin he always rolls on that he does the juice technique, and he rolls to see if he can boost up his Night Titans.
Yep.
And he got one of them to have a 3+ invulnerable.
Oh, it worked.
So he has it. And in addition to that, the currently the Maelstrom of War missions objectives are actually on Austin's side of the table. So even though Horton got to go first, try to get out the gate with some points, they unfortunately were the ones that Austin is camping on right now. So got to take what you can get. So let's see if he can convert and kill something this turn.
Yep.
Horton's got a lot of Tesla on the table right now, and those death marks are going to be able to come in and just delete, hopefully, some Wraith Dice.
Yeah, I really feel like he's going to be able to pick up these Knights. And I see a dice being counting down. Like this purple Night Titan is taking some beatings already.
Yeah, no doubt. So interesting. Also important to note that that's a void field generator in the back left.
Yep.
So that is basically changing what Horton's shooting at big time, I imagine.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that I was actually kind of surprised that he didn't turtle a little bit more around there, but he thought he was going first.
Yes, he thought he was going first, and he's going to blow up a lot of things. So Austin also knows when it's time to ignore it, and a lot of times what he does is he uses it just to protect his jet bikes.
That makes a lot of sense. So, I really liked how offensively in close combat and everything else that he used his jet bikes in the last game. He was not scared to just
he was
have
assaulting
them.
Fool. He was going.
Yeah, He's not just down to have 51-point Eldar jet bikes off the board and then turbo boosted last turn. Like he utilizes and sees how good these things are. Austin just went another ticker down on that Night Titan.
Let me go in there and see what the situation is. Justin Troop is blowing us up. I don't know if you've cleared this out yet, but I'm just letting you know.
Yep. Yeah, that's solid. Way to go, Austin, and way to go, Horton, for juicing him. So Justin Troop. So guys, thanks for the list support. It's been revised, and I've ended up having to sack for Bloodthirsters over the Lord of Change to deal with more flyers. Okay, that is actually vector striking and things like that. Makes sense. Now where that just
Question.
do up.
I might have killed the question.
Oh, okay, gotcha. No, yeah, I pretty much did. He was saying he got rid of the Lord of Change for Bloodthirsters. It'll do it. Bloodthirsters will pretty much kill anything. It just unless they need to be on the ground. Ugh. Night Titans, J Troop, I've actually been talking a lot, and to be honest, I feel like a more consistent anti-flyer, if you really find that you need it, is this Firestorm readout for 215 points, basically 220-ish. You get the 9 twin-link las cannons, or excuse me, strength 9 las cannons, 4 of them twin-linked, and they have Interceptor and Skyfire. So, I mean, that's on average, that's like, what, like 140 points cheaper
Is
than
that
an
with
Demon
the
Prince?
upgrade to BS3?
That is with the upgrade, yep.
Yeah, are you talking? I only heard is that to make it BS3. Are you talking about Space Wolves?
No. I'm not leaking that. I was just giving J Troop some good anti-flyer with this Chaos Army if he needs.
Firestorm readout.
Yeah, the Firestorm readout, yep.
So, real quick, Horton did 5 whole points to that purple height.
So close.
So close. Austin's moving up, obviously going to get crazy. Austin rolled up 1 useless Maelstrom, but he just scored a point on his turn.
Ooh.
What was the one that he wasn't able to get?
It was one of the ones Horton's camping on in the back left,
Okay,
take
got
objective
it.
2. But he was able to. But one of them was take his own Emperor's Will, which obviously he's on his own Emperor's Will.
Yep.
So Austin will be
With
able.
the jet bikes? With the jet bikes?
I think it's where where the jet bikes are near the void steel generator.
Mm-hmm.
They will take the Emperor's Will.
Yep.
So Austin will get on the scoreboard first in the primary. Horton is probably going to get got by something here. Like I find it hard to believe that he's not going to fail at least one Jinx save to like a strength 10 gun.
Yeah, but you know what I was just looking at? Because of the fact that he infiltrated with those knights now, there is no assault threat here.
No assault threat here, and so if Horton gets a decent roll and gets his death marks in, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically speaking, like those death marks mark 1 on the left, death marks mark 1 on the right, and big trouble, man. You know.
Yeah, big trouble in Little China, especially if he is able to pick up, if he's able to keep a couple of those annihilation barges alive, because he's got 5 total. If he's able to keep some of those alive and mass down some shots to pick up, so feasibly on turn 2, he could drop 2 Wraith Knights and a Night Titan.
Word. William over here is talking about, it says in the main rulebooks, the model takes his own test under his own leadership. Were you guys talking about those Minestrone priests?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that is the case now. They actually did clean that wording up, so you can't take the leadership 10. But the way around that obviously is go with sisters, buy the war gear, the litanies of faith, so you auto pass.
Sisters is good, yep.
It's 15 extra points, and their priest is an independent character, and also like if you're going for Saint Celestine anyway to get hit and run, might as well just take that 15 points of war gear and automatically pass the test.
Yes. This list I was playing, though, doesn't have...
What were you playing? Hit me with it real quick.
Oh, what I was playing, similar to what we talked about in the podcast. I had a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Oh, cool. I remember.
I did put in Space Wolves, though. I took out Lysander and just put in a regular Librarian, and then took a Rune Priest, some Grey Hunters, and a Drop Pod out of Space Wolves.
New Rune Priest? Or?
Yeah, the new Rune Priest.
Very cool.
Yep. So coming in with that fast attack Drop Pod, dropping Centurions
good.
back there in Wave Serpent territory with perfect timing. Clean them out. The game. It was a bloody game. It was a good game. We'll talk about it on the show, but it was a.
Oh yeah. We have a lot of Space Wolf talking to do.
Hey, so Kenny, is there a way you can find out for Patrick? Horton hasn't hit me back yet, but how many Haywire techs, Storm techs, does Horton have in his list, if any?
He doesn't have any Royal Courts because he has Destroyer Lords.
Okay. So that answers that.
Destroyer Lords. Man.
He does 20 death marks with Destroyer Lords for preferred enemy.
So okay, let me ask you guys a hypothetical question. With what all does he have coming in on turn in reserves?
He has 4 Nice Ice, 2 of them have death marks in them, and the other 2 have have the immortals.
Okay, that should be fine. Yeah, I would say because if he only came in with the death marks, then where does he put him? If depending on what Maelstrom objectives he rolls.
Correct.
But he should have enough to teleport in, like with the warriors, to get whatever squad necessary or whatever point necessary, and still do the work with the death marks.
Absolutely. I'm glad to see we got Chris up in here and Justin in here. It's great to see these guys. I didn't see him in their first cast of the day.
Yeah, Justin was having some computer issues. I called him up, did some IT stuff. It's usually what I do.
Just how to fix
yeah. But yeah, by meaning I gave him advice. I told him to take his laptop and computers outside and beat them until they work.
You got to make an example of like a calculator.
Yes.
And then what
Start
you do
with your iPhone. Smash your iPhone to pieces in front of your computer.
Yep. And then if it doesn't work, then you just go to the store and buy all brand new stuff. Like that's how I always fix them. I let them know.
I fixed printers for a long time.
Yeah.
I'll go in there. I'm gonna see what they're doing. I'll report back in a few minutes.
Cool.
Awesome. So in the last game, Paul, you said you tuned in for a little bit, but we saw what happens when wave serpents jink. The offense is just cut out. Now, what I hate and love about the Tesla and the Annihilation barges is when they jink, obviously it hurts, but when you roll 6s, it makes up for it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So there'll be a lot of jinking Annihilation barges.
Most likely. I was interested. We haven't seen anything picked up yet.
No.
So it's kind of interesting to see how this works.
And then the other thing is these. There looks like some jink saves there. Little 3-man Eldar jet bike squads do not like getting shot at by Tesla. That's a lot of saves.
Yeah, they do not like that. You think you can get some good angles on these knights coming up soon?
Yep.
Yeah, putting the death marks on the Wraith Knights. I mean, you do a heck of a lot of work.
Yeah, they kill all the monstrous creatures.
This list is interesting though. Austin's list.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't like moving a bunch around a bunch of big models?
But I am all about this list. Like, I love the bigger the better. I've been sad that the Grey Knight and the Nids, basically, with their big guys, are nothing compared to the stuff that's come out with Riptides, Wraith Knights, Night Titans.
Yeah, you talking about look-wise or power-wise?
No, just actual girth.
Okay. I mean, I like that Execrete or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I like the Hive Crone, the way it looks and everything, but like nothing. Just the field and board presence of how tall a Wraith Knight is, how big Night Titans are. Like, and I even love my Dread Knights, but they're little guys compared to all the new stuff that has come out.
Yep. Yeah, remember when the Dread Knight was just the large and in charge guy?
Yeah. Not so much anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Chris is saying he agrees. He doesn't think that the Grey Knight stuff looks as exciting. But we try not to reserve judgment until it's all out. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just got kind of it looks like it's all legit. Like as far as what people are saying and what was there, and it does looks kind of boring.
Man,
before I end up coughing in the mic, I apologize.
Oh yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah, I see you got still feeling a little under the weather the last couple of days.
I can't shake this.
Man,
I'll make it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I am still really surprised to see no Annihilation barges picked up yet.
Right now, just to Try to get a better opinion.
Do what now?
I'm looking at the Grey Knight stuff right now. Just trying to form a better opinion.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Sean Brown is just tuning in. Appreciate you been watching. Let us know what you think of Austin's list, man. That's been putting in work, Sean. Like, what do you play, and what do you usually what would you do against 3 Wraith Knights and 2 Night Titans? About to have a little camera accident right there. About to have to let my laptop know who's boss.
It's like side cannons are getting a point reduction by a few points.
Oh, okay.
See some more of those. I might be wrong though. It's like 15. Nope. Starting to fire with those battle cannons.
Yep.
Or the melta whatevers. Nope. That looks like a 1 to me. Oh, and countered by another one.
Ooh.
That's Warhammer.
Yeah. Yep.
Rolled like 6 ones in a row last night, by the way.
6 ones?
Different dice, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, whatever. I love it. And I mean, that wasn't for anything too significant, I don't think. I did turn around and like ace a -6 leadership test also, double ones.
Oh, man.
Is something consistent?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, at least you got them in.
Yeah, Devastator Squad was testing like at a -6 or something because the Beast Pack were beating up on the guard squad.
Yeah.
Like double ones, no problem.
It's all good. This is what we do.
This is not the first time we've hung out with these guard dudes. We know how it goes down. Watch them get chewed up.
Yep, we still are left standing.
Yep.
I know Austin's got to be running out of shots. He's only got 5 models here that are actually shooting, and still have yet to see. And also, Horton does a really good job of marking what barges are, how many wounds and stuff and whatever they have. And I don't see him put any counters up,
Looked like something had taken. I mean, it's difficult to see from our angle, but it looked like something at least got a penetrate on.
Okay.
But could be wrong.
Now, does Gauss, just to refresh my memory, does Gauss automatically wound stuff on a 6, or is it just automatically a glancing hit on a 6?
Automatically glancing. I'm not sure it auto wounds anymore. I think that's just the Eldar thing. I could be wrong.
Okay.
It's been forever since I've looked at Gauss. Let me bring it up.
Yeah, Patrick, we're right there with you. No first blood yet. Looks like we got some running stuff. True, that's literally exactly how I feel. Like, you're going to roll some 1s, and I don't know about you guys, but if I'm a roll bad, like, I would rather roll bad in the first turn or 2, like persevere, and then just finish super strong with raining down nothing but 6s. Okay,
it's been so
gotcha.
long since I even looked in this book. I'm not even sure where to go anymore.
So Sean says that he likes running multi-night lists as well, so kind of like a mirror match. I gotcha. So Patrick is saying that Gauss on 6s glance tanks and stuff like that. So Patrick, it doesn't automatically do wounds as if it was poison? I'm just trying to figure out, because if not, besides the Tesla, his Gauss weapon.
It has nothing about auto wounds. Any armor penetration roll made by a weapon with Gauss type will score a glancing hit on d6 roll of a 6 unless the dice roll is already sufficient to cause a penetrating hit.
Gotcha. I'm pretty sure that was Horton's reserves rolls, and yep, here they come. Now, Horton runs 4 night scythes, so we will not know unless Kenny comes in.
I'm back.
Yep, here he is. I just
Have
talked you up.
you been just real quick? Every time I come in, I keep seeing all these questions here. Have you been clearing these questions out as you guys been answering them?
100%. I just answered Sean's, and then I'm clearing it right now.
So what's the question exactly that you want me to?
We were keeping up with what's happening with the game, and I just called that it looked like Horton was rolling dice for his reserves, and it was. And we're hoping you'll let us know if those are.
So Horton got one of each scythes in. He got one set of death marks in and one set of immortals in.
Gotcha.
Also, Austin was unable to get first blood. He tried. He did not get it. Horton rolled up another impossible maelstrom, but he got potential. But he's optioning on the. He rolled a 6, so it's either take Austin's Emperor's Will or take the center. So they marked out the center there, and Horton's I think going to try to get a unit within 3 inches of the center.
There we go.
And if he does, it'll be 1-to-1. Horton is trying to get that first blood. I think that and. Because we have 3 bonus objectives available in all these games, so first blood is going to be relevant. But you'll notice that Austin has pulled back the 5 hull point Night Titan into the Void Shield range.
So now, does that mean he automatically the first 4?
3.
The first 3 are gone.
Yes, 3 ablative shield armor 12 wounds
that automatically go through. That automatically go off. He doesn't have to roll a 4 up or anything else. Like they're just
mean
there.
Nothing.
Yep.
So, but like what Horton's trying to do is if Horton's within 12 inches as well, then you don't get the voice shield. So it looks like that Night Scythe is probably easily got within 12 inches.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Horton is going to try to get. He's going to try to bypass the voice shield generator with a Night Scythe. But he also, like I said, he has to somehow get a unit within 3 inches of the center. He has annihilation barges in range. He has potentially death marks might just drop down there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. I was thinking like drop and pop with the death marks since they're going to be out on the board anyway.
Yep.
And just go ahead and waste a Night Titan or a Wraith Knight.
So basically, Horton. So Paul just jumped in. Horton got some death marks in and some immortals in.
Okay.
He is in a strong position to possibly get first blood right now, and he has to get a unit within 3 inches of the objective of the center in order to get a point.
And then he'll pick up a total of
He'll pick up first blood and a point if he can pull all this off.
Okay.
If he can, because like I said, Austin did pull back the whole pointed out Night Titan into Void Shield generator range.
Gotcha.
3 inches of the center or the other objective.
Yeah, it's very difficult to actually pull that off. So he's not. I think he's gonna go off into the 3. It looks like he's really thinking about his Night Scythe placement. It looks like he wants to get that fucking. He wants to get that Night Titan really bad. It's the 3rd time he's gone to the center, gone there, and gone to the center.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's got a 6. He rolled a 6 and then what for his objectives?
He rolled a 6 and I think a 2.
I'm sorry, yeah, a 6 and a 2. Okay.
He rolled the 2 in this game was on Austin's side of the table.
Okay, but he can kill a unit and get that point also.
He could potentially kill a unit and drop a guy down there.
So which did he choose though? Did he choose kill the independent character and then control the center or the center?
Hold on one second.
Word. That's actually an interesting point. So I'm gonna go in there and let them know. So are we ruling that they have to say right away which one they're going after, or do they get to like kind of play it loose until the end of the game, end of the turn?
Well, I don't want it to go against whatever you told them, but I think it's.
I haven't told them anything. I was assuming they could play it loose, but
choose at the roll. Like I'll do this and this.
Okay, let me go in there and let them know.
Well, hey, whatever everybody else is doing, I don't.
Yeah, yeah. So looks like he can actually get up 2 points. So I'm gonna hit him up and let him know.
Yep.
Just so they know the order of operations for this mission.
Yep. I just point out, it looked like he could scoop 2 points. He had the potential at least to scoop 2 points during this turn. But good to know there was some ambiguity there in the wording, so we can tighten it up. Be interesting to see if actual first blood and all these big models can actually be gotten here, which it should. I think it should be. Looks like that Night Scythe might be within 12 of the Void Shell generator, but I have to see high. Oh, yep. Kenny's pointed out. It's Kenny's arm because we see the tattoo.
Back. I misremembered. It wasn't 2. It was 4. So it was issue a challenge.
Got it.
So
Difficult.
he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't pick issue a challenge.
Yep. I got you.
But I did let him know at the beginning.
Where's Objective 4 on the table?
Objective 4 was the one that's on Austin's side.
Okay.
So it does look like Horton is going to try to kill that Night Titan for first blood.
Yep.
He's going to try to put a Annihilation Barge within 3 inches of that center dice.
Mm-hmm.
To claim that, and looks like he's going to double down on hull points on that. Going flat out with Annihilation Barge and needing snap fires is obviously not a big deal.
Right.
So Horton is trying to make a play for 2 points this turn.
Yeah, he should for sure. Could he? I don't know. I mean, just looking at the table, you think he could have dumped some passengers out on Objective 4? Like, I don't know where it is on the table.
Objective 4 is hold on, let me look at the street level camera.
Yeah, don't mention this to them, of course. Not that you would, but yeah.
No, obviously not. Okay, so Objective 4, if you go to street level view.
Yep.
There's the obviously go to Austin's side of the table, which is the Spider-Man side of the table.
Yep.
There's the Mantle of Laughing God Farseer standing there in front of that ruin.
Yep.
And behind the ruin is 3 Eldar jet bikes, and they're surrounding Objective 4 right now.
Oh, so they're obsecking down Objective 4. Yep.
Yeah. So he would have to get up there, get out, and I don't even know what the range is. I imagine he thought of it, and he's decided that it's dead to him. But it seems honestly, maybe it seems like an aggressive play that I would consider big time. But maybe Horton is thinking that he's going to need these nice ice, and the guys inside these nice ice to last a little bit longer.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, I'm not trying to get in his head. I was just curious. I think I probably would have.
I would have gone aggro. I think
going after that primary, and it's way too soon to be questioning the game, I guess. But
yeah, that's true.
I think what I would have done would be gone after that primary point, because that's where the bulk of these points are in this mission.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But he needs to put that rate die down. So there you go. Yeah. And it would be hard. I mean, you basically would have to shoot at the jet bikes and not the rate knight.
That's the big problem right there. Yeah, absolutely. It's like you get this point, but if you don't kill every guy and then make the leadership check, then you've lost. You've died for nothing.
Right, but death marks have. I don't know if he's got the guy in there with a template or not, but
no, he has the death marks. He definitely is not gonna he is super hyper fixated on getting the death marks to go after the Wraith Knight. He He has immortals that can go after that objective, but whatever his thought process is,
if he wipes Austin out, he gets all the 8 points. He gets the objective.
Yeah, I think there's a better play here for Horton. I think Horton should have sent the death mark Night Scythe after the purple Night Titan, and drop the death marks off there to kill that Wraith Knight, and then set the Immortals after Objective 4, and just go aggro.
That is what I think I would have done as well, but I do not know what his long-term plan is. But hey, it's way too early in the game. A lot of game left.
Yeah. And if Horton wins, it's not a mistake.
Right.
If Horton loses, it's a mistake.
Whenever they death mark a Wraith Knight, is it just that Wraith Knight or all Wraith Knights?
That particular model.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised to see the death marks over here in the corner and not mid-board.
I would have put him mid-board.
Yep.
I definitely would, like, if you go to overhead view and you see that gold Night Scythe that's pointing at that purple Night Titan, absolutely that would have been my death marks. Getting out, shooting back at that Wraith Knight, at that Wraith Knight. Wow.
So, like, you would have put him over there on opposite, objective 4.
Yes.
That direction, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I would.
First
Yeah.
blood?
All right, so outside of the game, is there the potential for anybody to leapfrog Horton right now that's in the running? Do we know anybody offhand that?
EJ can sneak up. There's a few people who can sneak up. So Horton, like I said, Horton needs to fight desperately too, just to keep his second place standing.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, I'm pulling for the underdog. I mean, I'd like to see but I don't want to diminish the dominating performance of this other list either. You know what I mean? And awesomeness in general. I mean, I definitely don't.
Yep.
I know we're basically putting a lot of effort into kind of figuring out how we would have climbed up to the top if being in that second position, but I don't want to take anything away from the fact of how Austin has played. I mean, it may seem like this list it only has a few pieces to move around, but you got to be so careful and so precise with everything, every single one of them. You got to be a good general.
Oh, 100%. I completely agree, and I think a lot of that has to be said to his character whenever he's using his jet bikes in a certain manner, when he knows to play the mission and not just move all his, his big guys forward last round. Where he picked it up for first blood.
He took the Night Titan and a Wraith Knight up.
Yep.
The death marks killed that Wraith Knight. So Horton is having the turn he needs to have. First blood and on a Night Titan and killed the Wraith Knight with those death marks.
Ooh.
So he's going to go for that other Wraith Knight? Did he got enough juice in the tank?
We're about to find out. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to figure it out. Breaking news.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, comment on these games. Way easier to be the armchair quarterback, so to speak.
Every Sunday, that's exactly for 16 weeks what I am. I'm the best quarterback in the NFL from my couch.
Calling every play. I need to get you. I got a draft coming up. I need to get you.
Oh, 100%, man. I got you, bro. Like I live, eat, and breathe this right now.
That's good to know, man. I'll let you know when my draft's coming up. This is going to be for a big pool for this other one.
Awesome, yeah. Not to toot my own fantasy chain, but so last year with starting my business and everything, it was an off year. I only played in 3 leagues, and I actually didn't win any money. Like I lost it. But every year before that, usually fantasy football nets me $1,200.
Wow.
It's a lot of work, but you find out who's the guy, who isn't. It's just so much fun.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you, man.
Yeah, so that was clutch, man. Like picking up. So we knew that the death marks will do that. Just imagine if he got the other squad of death marks in.
Yeah.
What the game would look like.
Man, Seven's been getting a lot of grief. I like the status that Seven said, man. There's just so many options to get different figures on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are some stuff. Like honestly, we know that Eldar can just play the book Eldar, no problems, right? But it's nice seeing that this Necrons down here is straight Necrons. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like seeing this big model combo that Austin's got. Eldar and Knights.
Yeah, and people talk about, this is exactly like, this is Annihilation Barges, this is this, but okay. So let's look at what would be on the top table in 6th edition. Some form of B star or Seer star, something with a 2-up save, rerollable, or flying MCs. That was it. That's what we were limited to. Now, we could potentially have any kind of Knight configuration. Obviously, this Annihilation Barge, Death Mark configuration. There's not even the Transcendent Satan.
Yeah.
He's at the tournament, but he isn't on camera right now. There's just so many different, all these guard lists that could be. I think it is wide open right now.
Yep. It's nice that there's that much potential to play. Just to have, if I had to bet money, I would not have bet that this is going to be the top table.
Absolutely not. I can agree with you. I can
look at the people. I could bet on the people, but if you just handed me a bunch of lists with no names associated to it,
yeah,
I would be like, this is not what I would have picked.
Yeah. not at the standards that we set. 2,000 points. Take basically. I love 2,000 points.
Yeah.
I hear people's lists, and I just start laughing like, oh my god, I love that list. It has everything.
Yeah.
Like you get so much stuff, and then to have multi-CAD. This tournament is supposed to be the bad guy in the room with multi-CAD, no restriction, and I mean, if you look at it, we're playing that's at the top table again. This Eldar Knight list that is not really, it's not abusing anything, and we've got a double CAD Necron guy who the only really thing that he's using for a second CAD is 2 more Annihilation Barges.
Yeah, well, I mean those are strong. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean it's not like there's 9 of them.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean you would do points become a limiting factor.
Yep.
And like the fact that things like objectives secured is a real thing is also like you could easily show up with 18 or 10 Annihilation Barges and then you just lose the game because a Gaunt is in the wrong place at the right time.
Exactly. You can. Kenny brought it up a little bit ago. Matter of fact, in the last round, where the Daryl, the Chaos player, he just basically just in Chaos fashion just gets like wrongful stomped. Maybe he's only ending the game with like a handful of Space Marines or Chaos Space Marines and a Drake. And Talon, with all his IG massive shooting tanks, has got most of his stuff left. But Daryl, the Chaos player, picked up 32 points.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
Like, he put himself out there. He got his points. He got on top of progressive objectives. He was losing models left and right, but guess what? He's like, I won't win this game if I stay and try to play defensive or do
if I'm worried about losing, if I'm worried about putting plastic models back in the box, I ain't gonna win.
Yep, exactly.
I love that, by the way. I do. I love that. I love bloody games, and I hope that plays out into the mission. Like, if you want to play the game where your pieces don't interact, there are other missions out there for you.
Yep.
These are not it.
Exactly. And there's other tournaments. If you don't like that, go play win-loss.
Yeah. Now, and to be fair, though, we're going to talk about this coming up on the show, but things like there's no reason not to have multiple formats for these tournaments, and like all very viable. All it's because it's like thinking about you and your buddies getting around playing poker night. Nickel down quarter poker, dealer's choice. For the type of hand you're going to play, for the game you're going to play.
That's true. It keeps it interesting.
Yeah. So I mean, whatever. But I prefer a game where my toy soldiers get to interact with a guy across the table. Toy soldiers.
Yep.
I got nervous for a second. I thought he was putting that Wraith Knight back in the box.
Oh, I know. I saw him pick it up too. That's why I actually kind of got quiet. I was like, oh no, okay, it's his turn.
All right, back. So Horton had a good turn, as we saw. Did a couple of wounds to a Wraith Knight, killed the Wraith Knight, killed the Night Titan. Horton also scored a point. Austin just rolled up yet again the 2 objectives on his side of the table.
On his side, right?
Yeah, so Austin looks like he's going to snag up 2 more points this turn. He's going to be in a situation.
Let's think about that. Did he get that objective 4 over there? Did he roll up objective 4? Because, I mean, that's kind of one of the things.
Yeah, no, he rolled that one up again.
Yeah, I mean, just like if Horton was already on that, that would make it very difficult for him.
That's what we're saying. Like, I feel like if Horton loses by like 2 points, I'm gonna call it a mistake. Until then, we'll see. So I think Austin's gonna be in a pretty dominant position here. He has Wraith Knights. He's gonna kill 2 Annihilation Barges no matter what. I think.
You think if he's gonna either shoot him or beat him down in assault?
Both. I mean, he's in range to do both. So he should kill 2 Annihilation Barges this turn, and he's got a thermo cannon a battle cannon still in play. So we'll see what happens there.
Horton, he's just doubling up on those objectives now.
Yeah, but Horton does have more death marks coming in, and he has a Destroyer Lord. So I mean, like, it's hard to approach those death marks because he has like a squad of 10 death marks with a D Lord in there with Mind Shackle Skips.
Yeah, that's a tough unit.
Yep.
So I mean, obviously a Wraith Knight ain't trying to take a bunch of Mind Shackle Skip tests.
Yep.
And
there's
also
plenty
the
of game
death
left.
marks,
Plenty of game.
the death marks themselves can do a pretty good job, even if the thing isn't marked.
In hand-to-hand combat, well, shooting, there's still rapid-fire sniper rifles.
Exactly.
With preferred enemy. And it's also important to remember they wound on a 2 in close combat too. So like these guys have already killed their unit, but the other guys coming in, let's say they don't kill their unit and they end up in hand-to-hand combat with it, they still wounded on 2s.
There you go.
What's
But
the AP on that? Anything?
It's their rifle is a sniper rifle, so it's AP dash rending. Wounds on a 2 when it's marked, and in close combat, their hand-to-hand attacks just also simply wound on 2.
Okay.
I don't know what Austin's play is right here, but I just love to see Eldar jet bikes in the middle of the board right now. He's got a plan for him somewhere on this left side.
He's pushing up.
Well, he's trying to be in position for it because he's like, I'm not going to keep rolling the same. I'm not going to like get lucky for the third time. So he's going to put it. I think he's going to try to wipe this unit that's hiding in that ruin out, and be in position for the inevitability of rolling an objective on Horton's side of the table, and get into position.
Yep, it's a smart play. Yeah, he can boost those guys.
And he also brought all his jet back in, so he's 4 units. So he's really. It looks like he's going to send 2 of his units forward.
Yeah, he reinforced the objectives he's got, going out of position to get the objectives he doesn't have.
Yes.
I like that. Oh, might have lost some dangerous terrain there. It's like he fell, or passed his check. Patrick, yeah, we'll get some of these lists up on our Facebook page. As soon as we
we'll absolutely post out the armies.
You know, the top 4 or so.
It's looking fresh in there, yeah.
Yeah, again, it's easy to second guess some of these plays, but it looks like they are making some good decisions, and it's action. Stuff's going down.
Oh yeah, I mean, you pick up a Wraith Knight and a Wraith Titan in one turn is pretty awesome.
Yep, and that puts a big hole in his offensive power.
Yeah, again, it goes back to what you said. When you only have 5 models, now you only have 3 models.
Yeah, even more precise.
Yep.
To be accurate, addition is subtraction.
Yeah.
So I mean, and also I think this is the first time. So last game, I don't think he lost one of his 5 big guys. Maybe if he did, it was 1. So this is also going to say into his character, and how well he plays, keeping his composure when he starts having to lose this, and I think it says it all right when his first decision is to reinforce with Eldar jet bikes.
Yep.
Keep the pressure.
Just keep stuff there going. Yeah, he's playing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. If Horton, obviously, Austin's going to kill some things this turn. But if Horton could keep him to killing just 2 annihilation marches, and those death marks get another one, I mean, I don't really see how Austin can come back from that.
Yeah, then it's just all the good play in the beginning though, getting those objective points.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to that, because that'll allow Horton to really just focus on trying to kill those little jet bikes all over the place.
Which is not going to be hard to do. I mean, he's got the stuff that can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tesla will eat them up. And so, and I'm having trouble because of the pictures down here. I'm trying to find eyes on the other 2 Annihilation barges. Are they just spread out down there near the last Night Titan?
Dude, everything you try to see is exactly where our little pictures of our faces at the bottom of the screen are.
Gotcha.
Literally every time we do this, I'm like, yep, everything I want to see.
There's where the action is, right there. Where our faces are. Now, let's think about it this way: that if he wipes him out, and he gets the Imperial Creed, which is a secondary objective, it will be nothing for him to get out of his deployment zone.
Correct.
So, but they will probably both be out of their deployment zone. So it could easily be a draw in that situation for the tertiary. So it's going to come down to these objective points, primary objective, which is good. It's primary mission. So.
And there needs to be a 27-point swing. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, based on what I think was my quick math on what y'all were saying before.
Looks like Chandler's checking in on the drive home.
Hey, what's happening, man? Good to see you. Drive safe.
27 points. So we've already got first blood. He has got to lock down primary and tertiary or secondary.
And
Yep.
what is the secondary in this? Kill
Kill
points?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Austin's going to give him a run for his money right here, trying to kill some units, shut some units down. There's one. Looks like he killed an Annihilation Barge.
Yeah, we got the wipeout rule, King. That's what I was referring to.
Yeah.
Is that if Horton is able to kill all of his units, which is possible, then that gives him all those points.
That's a good point. If
So, well, it looks like one of the 2 Annihilation Barges that I think he's going to kill this turn has gone down.
Yeah, he's doing the right thing, trying to get rid of those heavy output fire things.
Yeah. That's another problem with Austin's list. He can't interact with the Night Scythes very well. So there's about to be 4 Night Scythes flying around the table shooting whatever they want. And maybe Horton made the right move to save the units inside those things until he needs them in the right place.
Yeah, you're right. They could just kind of go jet bike hunting. And maybe this is another reason why he pushed with the jet bikes
To get him across the table, so
so these night sights can't draw a line of sight to him.
Yeah, it'd certainly be a lot difficult if they come in at a weird angle.
Yep.
But I try to play, what you got, bird in hand. That's what I'm saying. Should have gone for that.
There we go.
I play reactionary based 40k. Like I can't. Yeah, I don't think about 3 turns from now. I try to do something amazing, and then I try to react to what you do.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying don't forward think, because forward thinking obviously is good, right? But in a game where you absolutely have to win the primary, and you don't know what's going to happen next turn, get those points. Get up on those points. If you get up on those points, then it's you put your opponent in a position to have to do something, and he may make a mistake.
Agree with that. I'm gonna go in there to see what's going on. I'll report back soon.
I'll be right back.
Gotcha. Yep, glad to see this round 5 is an epic fight. It's actually, I wish I was there playing. I wish I could be the one making some of these moves. There's Annihilation Barge. So that looks to be 2. Looks to be 2 down. But luckily he's still got 3 left. I wonder what was shooting that did that. Let's take a look from the side angle and see if we can see if that other barge. So I take that back. It only looks to be 1 barge down. I like that Wraith Knight in the center of the board there standing tall. So it's hard to really tell how tall he is right there, but let's go this way. He is 6 inches taller than the Night Scythe. So over here, I just don't know if so the Night Titan that is, or the Wraith Knight that is back in the backfield looks to be the one with the sun cannon. So it looks like he did that in close combat, was able to pick up the Wraith Knight or that Annihilation Barge. Because the 2 that are left, the one in the center is got the Strength 10 distortion. Then the one that was killed in the first turn for first blood had the double distortion cannon as well. So Horton made the right decision on trying to get one of those guys out of there, because the Strength 6 AP2 small blasts aren't as deadly to the Annihilation Barges, obviously, or the Necrons as much, because they can't even interact with the Flyers. Versus you got 2 Strength 10 shots. I mean, you can roll 6s. So we've got this also another play. Oh, he's retreating a little bit. Okay. I like this Laughing Mantle God is still pushing forward. So I'd like to see what he does with that. If maybe he just tries a YOLO and just go in deep with the death marks or something like that. Because if not, I mean, it's going to be tough for him to pick up his points. Yeah, Justin, I agree. Like, this is a gentlemanship game. Like, Horton is doing everything he can. And you can't take anything away from Austin because he's trying to counter it, but I just don't know if it'll be enough. And Horton is the one at this huge, massive deficit. Got to score 27 points to tie, 28 points to actually take first place from Austin right now. So we are winding down. He's making some jet bike moves. He is making... we got little TPM, I see. And it looks like here momentarily we're going to see Horton's third turn.
Oh,
there you go. Yeah, I actually, when Kenny was in earlier, I was demolishing. I was being a big fat guy and ate a whole large pizza and some cinnamon sticks and.
Oh, doing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rainy Sunday.
Okay, during the course of just me sitting here for the course of this show,
Yeah.
I've eaten half a bag of Doritos and 2 moon pies. So.
Ooh, there we go.
I'm about to put some Caliban base on my new squatter guards.
Oh, okay.
Right now.
Getting this list ready now. Were you going to be able to make it to Feast this year? Do you know, or?
Probably not this year.
Okay.
No, I have plenty of guardsmen. I just happened to come up with I found a sweet deal on catechins on eBay because nobody likes them, and could not,
Can't pass
could not pick them up, right?
Yeah. Oh, we got some. Excuse me. We got a couple dice being rolled here. Is this the reserve rolls? Looks like there's some debate in the room.
On whether or not they're reserve rolls.
Yeah, I thought they were, and then now they're talking about something. Oh, I'm speechless. That might have been his book rolls. This is the reserves. Is he coming back empty-handed? Oh, he's only got one thing. Looks like we still have one croissant off the board.
That's really good for him, though, coming in late game.
Staggered.
To
Yeah.
be right on objective after he rolls it. I'm in a kind of a dark corner of my room here. I know they made it look like it, but painting this Dark Angel green paint on black primer is I may go blind.
Little cross-eyed action going on. Ooh, Justin Troop was just reliving a beatdown that he gave. He launched an assault on Wraith Knights with Grey Hunters and won and beat them down.
Sure.
That's basically how I love to envision broadsides, Wraith Knights, Riptides, and Wave Serpents all just getting beat down by all different scopes of the 40K universe.
Yep. I lost Adepticon championships one year to my Dread Knight being killed by a Wraith Hunter, Grey Hunter.
Grey Hunter, they're angry.
Yo, pimps.
I think it's a long thing, but close enough.
What up?
So interesting stuff. Horton rolled up yet again, objective on Austin's side, or his Emperor's Will objective. Austin's
Right.
Emperor's Will objective. Then he rolled, hold your own Emperor's Rule objective or be in Austin's deployment zone. He just said, I'm going to be in Austin's deployment zone, and I'm going to try to blow him off his own Emperor's Rule objective and take it from him.
Yeah.
There we go.
So he's making an offensive play right now. Austin had a great turn, actually killed 3 Annihilation Barges. Battle Cannon got 1, and 2 Wraith Knights got 1.
That's good.
So Austin's definitely got, shut down a lot of that firepower. Horton only brought 1 more Night Sight in, not the death marks.
We were just talking about bringing only 1 in right now is good.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like having those death marks be able to do something like the last second might be important.
Yep.
Yeah, and it still looks like these, excuse me, the death marks that are on the board with the Lord is in range and is gonna go do the vertical tango with.
Well, yeah, I mean basically with 24 preferred enemy rapid fire sniper shots, there's basically 2. There's a Wraith Knight in range of them that's down 2 ones.
Oh yeah, he's probably.
So I think that Horton might be able to pick up another Wraith Knight this turn.
Okay.
Horton should likely pick up a Wraith Knight this turn, and with a little bit of good die rolls, he should snag up 2 objective points, 2 primary points. And if Austin doesn't roll like really desirable ones, that might push Horton into the position he needs to be in to win this game.
Yeah, I see he pushed one of those night sights in the back right corner of Austin's deployment zone and is getting guys out, not getting those immortals out to put some firepower into some of those Eldar jet bike squads there.
Yeah, I think So I think he's going all out right now. I think he's gonna try to make that play to rack up those points, like Paul said, get those primary points racked up right now, especially while that's a Night Titan is potentially be out of position. Oh, but here's a big thing. Did you see that those jet bikes charged into that ruin?
Uh-huh.
You saw that?
Yep.
Austin got this 11-inch charge, got these jet bikes in the ruin all the way back where the red Night Titan is.
Oh, that was an actual charge? I thought that was a turbo boost or something like that.
11-inch assault.
No way.
About to kill the immortal, the last few warriors in that ruin, and that flank is basically going to crumple for Horton. So anything that goes there is going to be Austin's probably.
Yeah, and that's actually the same flank that's got that full up Night Titan, right?
The errant too. He's the semi-shawl. That's the 3+ vulnerable one.
Man, gangster. And then we've got I don't know, man. Like I really like having maybe the potential of a turn forward with those death marks, but it would be really nice right now for Horton if he had those death marks.
This turn, I think being able to pick up 2 Night Titan, two Wraith Knights would win the game for him.
Yep.
If he did it in this turn right here.
He could have just flew straight up and just nuked the guy that was on the hill.
Yep.
And then pick up that one. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I know Austin has got to be like, man, I might be running out of big guys.
That's a sinking feeling.
Yeah,
but he did, like I said, he did take out a substantial amount of the firepower this turn.
Yeah.
3 Annihilation Barges went down.
Okay, so we need to know the 2 Annihilation Barges left. Have they jinked?
I don't know.
Probably not.
At least one of them has, for sure. One of
Okay.
them has. I know for sure one of them has, and the other one is not. Because he threw a Singing Spirit one to get him to jink.
Yeah, that would be such a dagger. The random Singing Spear.
He basically, with a super lucky roll, could have picked up 4.
Yep.
I mean, he already got lucky. The Battle Cannon picked one up.
All right, so I don't know if everybody was tuning in and watching that. So Horton did traditional Horton picking up dice, and then the patent Horton toss. And when he tosses dice like that, they all wind up 5s and 6s.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
we call it Horton dice.
Those are Horton dice, Horton toss, and he just shot a lot of that sniper weaponry. It looks like to that Wraith Knight. Counting up some wounds. Did he get it? Oh, I just saw the counter. The counter moved. The model did not.
Which counter? Which one is he shooting at right now?
The one with the sun, the death
the
marks.
one with the shield?
The shimmer shield, yep. All right, so
He might be. He also might have fortuned that one. I'm not sure because he actually did get fortune.
I saw him re-roll saves, so that's probably what it was. Or he re-rolled some dice. I was assuming they were saves.
If he can actually stop him from even killing one Wraith Knight, that could be that's a big problem.
Yeah. Ooh, I didn't even realize. Yep, man, a 3 of re-roll on a toughness 8 guy, so good.
Yep. Oh no, Horde's getting desperate.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
We're zinging shots out of everywhere.
If this Sun Shield guy lives, this is going to be a problem.
And it doesn't look like the death marks are in such good range anymore to actually make a feasible charge.
Oh man, because he has the sun cannon, so that guy's going to be an issue for those poor guys. Oh, also has to make a save. He made it.
Didn't even need the reroll.
Nope. The sad times. This could be a huge turn.
Yep, he's moved on. It looks like that guy's living. Man. Horton's got to try to... Oh, that's another good point. Can Horton even see those guys?
Oh, is he trying to... I hope he's not trying to shoot those jet bikes.
He is trying to shoot the jet bikes.
Let me go in there. I got a tool for that.
All right.
I've painted so many catechins.
You've painted all the catechins?
I feel like, yeah, all the devil dogs I've painted.
Yeah, word. I need to post this up. Sean Brown just sent me a pic of one of his 3 Night Titans that he's got. It's the House Raven.
All right. Yeah, hit it on Facebook.
Oh man, looking fresh, dude. I'm liking it. I might need to contract you out and stamp you under our
barely tabletop.
Barely tabletop quality. To see if we can put you under our umbrella. Ooh, we had a night side fly off.
That's also good late game tactics.
Yep. Oh, we had 2 night sides fly off. Chris Gardner, that's exactly. I don't know how you knew that information, but you are correct. We must have a leak in the FTN
Rob's
network.
Whereabouts.
Yes, Rob's whereabouts with his cat calendar. This is actually the big photo shoot day. Chris, you'll be in a conference call later to find out what else you know about us.
Oh my goodness. I'm scared of that one.
Yeah, Sean, send us up some more pics, man. I'm once we get done with this game here, I've actually got some pics from the weekend that I'm gonna throw up on the website and then or the Facebook page. So yeah, send us a couple more.
I need new brushes for real.
Does that mean Barely Tabletop Quality Painting Service can buy your used brushes at a discount?
That's right. I'll give you the friend rate also. Friend rate on used brushes.
Oh, man. I like it. I just so you know, this is how good my computer skills are. I accidentally hit a button, so like just an internet browser popped up, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll be able to find the screen again. And I was like, oh my God, where is it? How can I hear you, but I can't see you anymore? Then I hit minimize, and I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Thank you, internets, for
figure that out. I knew I was a computer genius.
Yep. God. Oh, almost done painting these green pants.
Ooh. So that Eldar jet bike squad that was out in the open, I don't know what shot it.
It got hit. It had one shot of something that was in range. I think the Annihilation bar snapped fire and killed one guy. It broke, so it has to rally this turn.
Oh.
Orton did his game plan did go off. He did snag up those 2 points.
Good.
He did.
Yeah, he cleared out that back objective. The fortuned Sun Cannon guy did survive. He's on his last wound.
Okay.
And so that's a little bit of a problem, but there is something really cool with the death marks that Horton was a little sad he didn't get to do. Is if he marks something for death, all death marks get to ride that coattail, not just the unit that marked it. So if he marks that Wraith Knight for death, both death marks get their wounded on 2s.
Oh, gracious.
So he was like, yeah. So them not coming in actually was the problem there. All I had to do was say it was him, but he is on his last wound. So it'll be interesting to see what that Wraith Knight does. The Destroyer Lord is right there, but he couldn't charge obviously because they rapid fired.
Yep. So now I've got a question. Now it's like, if you're Austin, do you just go? Is it safer to be in combat and get the Lord involved and things like that, or
I think you go keep clearing out those
annihilation barges?
Yeah, because the thing is, it's still Mind Shackle and all that dumb stuff.
Yep.
And, Night Scythes and all that. But maybe you get really lucky and kill a bunch of guys and sweep them.
Yeah, that's true.
Ugh.
This is going to be a clutch roll right here to see if that random annihilation barge that was snap shooting runs this entire that jet bike unit off the board.
Yeah.
If he fails this leadership check, that is one of three that is left, right? Because he killed the one in the back. So
correct.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big unit, but it looks like he might have just made it already.
Yeah, so it's getting really crazy. So this turn can actually run away. Like if Austin needs to capitalize on the fact that he.
He fell. He fell back, and there they go.
It went off the table.
It went off the table. Oh, he's losing units. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Horton is loving that.
Yeah, take a few seconds to answer a couple of these questions. I noticed that it's been racking up in here.
Gotcha.
Justin was asking me for a compressor. I use literally the cheapest Chinese compressors money could buy.
Is actually the name of the store that I go to for all that kind of goods.
What's the name of it?
Harbor Freight is just
Harbor Freight, yep.
Yeah, you basically can get a compressor and a warranty for half the price, so you can go buy a compressor at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or anything like that. So I bought a cheap, relatively inexpensive, I won't say super cheap, compressor and a 2-year warranty when I got mine. And
yeah, usually I don't pay more than $75 for a compressor.
That's how much it was with the warranty.
Yeah, Justin, I appreciate you watching this. It is an exciting game. I'm really enjoying it. It looks like Chris had a comment about Death Dreads.
Yeah, he was talking about at all rusty to avoid the blind. So yeah, I just got off a Death Dread done. Did it all rust to avoid the blindness. Oh, he must be talking about Rob. Paul is in the dark using the light that reflects off just a single picture of Rob's face.
Right.
And he's painting up some green on top of black. So that's what he's referring to, is that he did a Death Dread up like that. So he did it all rusty and not the green. I like that, Chris. What do you use your head?
It's like
All right. See what we got. We got this.
I'm almost done with these pants.
What was that? Okay. So I want to figure up kill points real quick. I know Austin has lost a Wraith Knight and a Night Titan. He also has lost 2 Eldar Jet Bike Squad, so that is 4. Horton, it seems right now, has lost.
Austin's going to take the lead this turn for sure on kill points.
Okay.
Because he already killed 3 Annihilation Barges.
And then you said there's the one limp on squad of Immortals?
He's likely to have basically he's really close to killing 2 Warrior Squads and really close to killing 2 Annihilation Barges. Like, I think Austin's going to quickly start running away with kill points in a second.
Okay.
Hey, Paul, are you still there? Your picture froze for us.
No, I'm here. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You're frozen right now to me.
Oh. Juice, am I frozen to you? I've
Yes.
got the overhead selected on the. Are we not frozen on the overhead?
No, no, I just nope. Just switched it to the side camera as well. I wanted to get a shot on that the Laughing Mantle God H or is that what it is? The Farseer with the Laughing Mantle?
That's what it is. Hey,
That's
let me
the
throw a
name.
light on the street level so we can see a little bit more of this action.
Okay. So 4 to 4 kill points. He's going to potentially pick up. Austin's potentially going to pick up another 2 or 3. And Austin only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units left. Ooh.
Yeah, that's really rough.
Man, I don't know, man. Like, I think
pretty.
Austin could get tabled. Because you think turn 4, the other squad of Death Marks are coming on. So the one that's full up, the Wraith Knight, is dead. Then we've got the one that's limping around with 1 wound. The other Deathmark squad in the back can try to finish him off. So now the only things that
Yep.
are left on the table are this Night Titan and this 2 Eldar Jet Bike squads. Actually, you know
You better get
who
some objective points.
you got to get those objective points, and you want to know what'll probably keep him from getting tabled if it even comes down to being that close. Is that Laughing Mantle guy?
Oh yeah, yeah. I was
He is.
considering hiding him like at turn 3, whenever when things are
Yep.
looking tough, like just run him away.
Yeah. Like, do not let him get compromised.
Yep. Because I don't see him being like a big factor in the game itself,
Nope.
other than being a little bit of table insurance.
Yep. And also, I like where, for Horton's side, I like where this Night Titan is. His side armor is facing the board edge. And then his front and backs are facing the short table edges.
Right.
Effectively, Horton has 3 night sights about to come on. I mean, if he wanted to make a push to drop this Night Titan, I really feel that he could threaten multiple angles. So where he's going to get an uncontested 3-up save side. There's no way, you know.
Right.
So it could go. I mean, again, he could come down to Austin on his turn 5. He could have an Eldar Jebike squad and the Laughing guy left. I don't know if even getting him that low, if he will still be able. If I think Austin probably will still have kill points. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's got to wipe him out.
Yeah, that's probably is what it is going to come down to.
Figure out what it takes to make sure he's got no toys on the table.
Man, that Laughing Mantle God is just so good.
Yeah, he's really annoying to play against.
And he's almost nigh killable, you know, like.
Yeah. Yeah, just annoying. I mean, he doesn't do a lot, but he is very annoying.
I don't do a lot. You said
Yeah.
I'm a very annoying person who doesn't do anything.
You caught me. You walked in on the trash
But
talking.
I was actually gonna
Session.
tell him that you cast Fortune on me. So.
Yeah, I threw a little bit of light on there. I hope it's a little better.
Yep. It's looking good.
Yeah, so I think some Mind War is about to go down. It's getting a little hectic in there.
I always love when things you don't even think of in the first couple turns of a game, once you start losing models, you start trying to scrape and claw for every little avenue of offense. You're like, oh, I remember at one point in time I had thought about potentially maybe using something, and I'm going to use them all right now.
Yep. Like all this stuff.
Oh wait, can he expect us to do a Space Wolves review?
Oh yeah, why not?
Of course we're gonna. I mean, like by the next podcast.
Oh yeah, I mean I got it in my hands right now.
Oh yeah. I've literally have spent so much time on Friday and Saturday with the Space Wolf decks in my hand, talking on the phone and everything else. Like, I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm excited for some of these new tricks. Yeah, I've also
I'm not quite sure about it yet, like how it's going to play as Space Wolves, other than if you just load up on the Thunder Wolves and stuff. But
yeah. What was I gonna say? I have oh yeah, we basically learned a lot of info this during this tournament, our first seasonal. A lot of rulings we had to make, and like it's really making me think we really got to put together our FAQ council and start making FAQs, Forge narrative style.
okay.
Dun dun dun.
You feel like, I mean, stuff just wasn't there. You really had to make a decision. I mean, like, and was it stuff like between codexes, or was it stuff that was like just contradictions in the rulebook?
Standard stuff. Okay, I'll give you a couple examples while we're here. One of the things, Jink special rule works. You can Jink when somebody targets you in the shooting phase. If a blast scatters onto you, rules as written don't get a Jink save.
Yes. I'm not agreeing that that's the way it should work.
Correct. No, absolutely. That's what an FAQ council is about. It's about intent versus rules. So there's one example of something that went down. Another example is getting a final ruling on what summon demons count as. Are they scoring or objective secure?
Right.
There's enough ambiguity in the argument to cause an argument. So we ultimately have to make a final decision on that, on like whatever we decide. Whether you decide it's if demons summon demons, obviously, but if Eldar summon them, they're not. Like whatever you come up with, whatever standard you come up with, we need one.
Sure.
So in this tournament, those are two major things that have come up.
Right.
On a side note, I don't know what just dropped that many warriors or the immortals. They were using the blast template, so the only thing that I can think of was the battle cannon from the Night Titan, but I would feel that they would get a really strong cover save, and maybe Horton just failed them all. But he just, out of that pack of immortals in the back right corner, he just 6 or 7 of them have laid down. He still has 2 or 3. I think Horton runs squads of 9 immortals. So I think he's only got 2 left. And then the Laughing Mantle Farseer turbo boosted to right there on top of the right on top of the guys, basically. So I have a question.
30 pairs of IG pants down.
I have a question here. Do we think that he was getting any love from the shield generator?
Yeah, Austin actually confessed to me that it has been a waste of points this weekend.
Okay.
Which I've actually thought about putting in my demon army for 1500 points 1,000 times, and I feel like a potentially just the void shield generator potentially could be a 100-point handicap in a lot of matchups.
Yeah.
Ultra Raider wants to thank me for his overall championship with his Ionan army. I will take that championship. Is what that's how I'm interpreting that.
Yep. So actually, his address is 196 Maple Road. Just send all prize support and and trophies to named Yo Dog.
Yeah.
Said address.
He was doing a solid job of painting his models, so I'm glad he won something, and I'm glad the models look so fresh. And thanks for listening to the podcast.
Yeah, thanks, man. So I got to find out, did our boy Matt Reed, did he show up today?
Matt Reed did not make it. Don't know where he is. He might be lost in the warp.
We got to find out.
We were rough night last night.
We got chocolate wasted on Friday.
Yep. And I just want to clarify that Matt Reed and myself and basically everyone, when we say chocolate wasted, it was like triple dark chocolate wasted. I mean, it was all the chocolate.
Yeah, it got real. He actually flew out from Texas, first tournament ever. Really great guy.
Super great guy. Like
I'm sad. I'm sad that he's not here. I'm kind of nervous that he hasn't hit me up. I hope he's okay.
We will send search parties.
I'm sure you better send out the hounds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ugh.
Absolutely.
All these IG. I like my IG dudes.
There we go. Hey, so how's the rest of the tournament looking? How's
All the games are all going off without a hitch. We have very little problems. Everything's smooth. Everyone's having fun. Everyone's partying. The whole thing's been going pretty good. I haven't been able to keep track of like who's winning, who's losing out there right now.
Gotcha.
Robbie B is out there handling that business.
My thoughts on the Summoned Demons, I do not think that they are objective secured. I'm willing to listen to someone else's counterpoint, but I absolutely do not think that the summoned anything unless
I think
stated.
I believe it's important to not allow that to become a precedent.
Yeah.
Because it's like you said, all that's gonna happen is all we're doing is summoning units.
Yeah. Yep. Like I'm gonna summon I'm gonna have one guy dedicated to summoning blight drones.
Yep. Yeah, like and we just get to a mono build where that's all there is. So Horton, the Night Titan came. That big Wraith Knight has jumped over the ledge, and it looks like he took out the rest of the Immortal Squad that was by the Void Shield generator. It would be super advantageous for Alston if somehow there's one little Necron Immortal keeping him in combat, because I haven't seen a consolidation roll yet from the Knight, the Wraith Knight, but we will see. Because if he is still stuck in combat, that means this full squad of Death Marks will not be able to kill him this turn.
Let me go in there and check it, see what's happening.
Awesome.
It's been an interesting game. I mean, I know they're kind of into they're running out of pieces to get where they need to go. But
yeah. Yeah, there is, and I mean we're about to see a lot of Horton's patented gold Necrons flyers on the board here. This will be the first time on turn 4, almost an hour and 45 minutes into the game, will he have all 4 flyers on the board.
Interesting to see what he rolls and where he puts those flyers.
Yep. And now it looks like Alston is done with his turn, and it is on to Horton.
Try and navigate through some pages here. Pretty upset about this whole Grey Knight, no Blood Angel thing.
Yeah, it's a little saddening, to be honest.
I mean, I know the Blood Angels need an overhaul completely, and it's harder to do than just putting out and releasing a new book.
Yeah.
But I need Blood Angel love.
Yeah, it needs to happen now. Yeah, I mean, which is kind of surprising that the Blood Angels, I mean, I think 2 codexes released before the Grey Knights, correct?
They were the one right before the Grey Knights.
Was Space Wolves, Blood Angels, and then Grey Knights, so it was Space
Grey Knights
Wolves.
and the Necrons, yeah.
Gotcha. I thought that they always did, they leapfrogged and put a Xenos in between things. Wasn't it? No, you're right. It was Space Wolves, Nids, Blood Angels, and then Grey Knights.
Remember the Storm Raven came out with Grey Knight bits?
It did? Or you're saying it should... Oh, look. Remember what I was just talking about. Horton is coming in directly behind the Night Titan with one of them. One of the croissants. Now Horton, we got to make sure that we hit him with another angle. Let's go to overhead view here. See the bird's eye view of this. Yeah, this is really unfortunate for Horton. The only thing that I can come to find out, Kenny will be here in just a second, but the way that Night Titan or that Wraith Knight is positioned, I'm just pretty positive that he's still stuck in combat with one or two random guys. Ugh.
Oh, that's not bad though to protect him from some shooting here.
Well, it's going to protect Austin from the squad of Night Size or the Death Marks that would be coming out.
Oh, so you agree that's a good thing? Yeah, I was saying that's a good thing for him.
Yeah, that's a good thing for Austin. Ooh, Horton's getting a little dangerous here. He is unloading guys. Maybe not that. There we go. Okay. He's unloading a squad of Immortals right on the side. Maybe looks about 6 or 8 inches away from this Night Titan.
So Horton is going to try to make another big play. He has to snag up that objective in that piece and that ruin over there that 3 jet bikes are sitting on.
Okay.
He also has to hold his own Emperor's Well objective. The Death Marks who are on the table already are currently blind because of that Silver Shield.
Mm-hmm.
So they are unlikely to interact with his Fortune Toughness 8 ass. So he has to get those other Death Marks out. He really needs that thing to die, he said. He needs to snag up. He basically has to go for 2 points right now, is what he was telling me.
Yeah. And then so we did confirm that full-up Wraith Knight is just chilling with 1 or 2 guys in base contact with him.
Yes, it is.
Ah, man. Ugh. That hurts. Well, it just makes his decision really easy that this Night Titan has got to die.
Yeah, that's essentially...
Like all eggs out of the basket, that he's got to die. And did you disclose the information on where the remaining squads of Eldar jet bikes are?
The Eldar jet bikes are hiding in the ruin in the foreground on street level camera. Where there should be a Night Scythe in our foreground right by a ruin.
Night Scythe in the foreground in the ruin.
You should see, right, like on the street level camera, there's a Night Scythe right in front of us.
Oh, yep, gotcha.
That ruin that it's aiming at has 3 jet bikes hiding in it.
Okay.
Diagonally opposite of it on the table, where the red Night Titan is, the other 3 are hiding, and he's currently trying to get them off the table to take that objective.
Okay. And that's one of the objective points that he has?
Yes.
Okay.
He needs to get these 2 points. He's currently 1 point behind Austin.
Okay. Do we know how many Annihilation barges he has left? Is it 1 or 2?
He has 1.
1 barge left.
Austin is really focusing on the kill points right now because he knows if he can get like 4 kill points, if he can win the kill point objective, he feels like he can pretty much win the tournament.
Yeah, that's if he wins kill points, he auto wins the tournament. If he's 27 points above everybody else. And the max points in this mission is 33.
Is that right?
Yeah, they're all 33.
Well, that's 29 point differential still, isn't it? Or
well, 33 subtract 8 because kill points is the secondary.
It's kill points. Oh, it's secondary.
Yeah, so that's 8 points. So
I thought it was 4 for some reason. Yeah, he auto. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. It's.
Oh man, Sean Bailey said he's back from the dead. He tuned in and watched the first game. Sean, I don't want to lie to you, so I'm gonna tell it to you the truth. You did miss a lot. Please make sure you go back and watch this because this has been an epic game. An epic game. Horton and Austin have just been duking it out. Oh, awesome. Sean posted up, Sean Brown just posted up a picture and a video of his Night Titans and stuff on the Facebook page. Appreciate it, bro. Oh, J Troop, the FTN is on the way soon. Believe me, Justin, we will talk tomorrow when I get done with work, and I will tell you some stories, bro. You're gonna love it.
Too.
Do what?
I said I'm looking forward to hearing some of these stories too.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a lot of fun. All right. So is this nighttime? They're already in the shooting phase, so I guess this night scythe is going to be able to draw a line of sight to those three jet bikes up underneath. All right, there's one jet bike gone. We got two left to pick up. Oh, this must be that big squad of death marks. Ooh, did he pick them up or no? Yep, it looks like he got. I can't tell if that's the last jet bike or if there is one more. Looks like he is on to the Night Titan now.
Yeah, it'd be an operation try to hide that man on the left and God guy.
Yep. Looks like he made some saves. He's finding a dice. Ooh. All right, it has begun. He has taken his first one or a couple whole points. Looks like he is having to make a couple more. Does that look like a one?
No, I saw a 6 right there.
Okay.
Looks like you made those saves.
Okay. Now we got some. I mean, eventually he's going to get to an arc where he's not getting a save. See what we got here. Yep, there he goes. He's just auto taking them now. Ooh. Can he do it? Ooh, that was a happy dance by Austin. Looks like he was. That was a massive happy dance. I've done that exact dance before. Oh, this Wraith Knight just won't die. He's got one wound left. Okay, all right. So he's moved to the assault phase.
Okay,
Oh no, the Wraith Knight, the Immortals or that squad of Death Marks that has been trying to chew down it. He wasn't able to do it. He opted not to rapid fire. So it looks like we got him in combat now. He's got him in combat. Man, it's not shaping up. I hope Horton did not forget about shooting this Night Scythe at that unit. I didn't see those dice being rolled. Oh, there he goes. Night Titan, the Wraith Knight is down. Sometimes when something's getting a 3-up armor save rerollable, you just got to go in and kill him in close combat.
Yeah.
Like punch him in the face with a War Scythe. All right. Looks like Austin's gonna pick up this last little immortal. Go ahead, get his consolidation. Looks like the beginning of 3 or beginning of 5. So also would like to, I know I spoke about terrain in the last for the last game. I'd like to bring it up again. We're looking at the same pieces of terrain, but I would just like to say how they've kind of been used differently. Um, the Necron player is being able, Horton is utilizing the height of the night sides. And also, there's the height advantage of the Night Titans or the Wraith Knights and the Night Titans as well. So guys are being able to be hidden from a line of sight, but it's not coming into play as much as it was before because of the height advantage that both opponent has for each other. Also, the ability for the jet bikes to moving around because of that, we kind of noticed where Austin would just move his jet bikes into the middle of the field, just because of the fact he kind of knows he's going to get shot at no matter where he goes, so he'll take more of a direct approach. Because of the high differential. Now, if we're talking, this is a Tau army that now they do have a lot of CSM that ignores missiles or that ignores cover and line of sight purposes. But if you have something stagnant that is on the ground, maybe 3 inches tall, it's really LOS comes into effect. See what we got here.
Just came back from inside.
How we looking?
Poor Horton is getting a little salty.
Oh, yeah.
Austin has successfully rolled his own Emperor's Will objective at least once on one of the dice for every turn so far.
Oh, man.
So it's definitely getting inside Horton's head, and he's not happy about it. It's one of those things, like we are trying to make Maelstrom of War themed missions work in a competitive environment.
Yeah.
After this tournament and all the other games, if we determine that it's still too much luck involved, we reserve the right to backpedal any time, and like what we do with our mission design. But currently in there, Horton is making some really good plays, and he feels a little upset just because the fact that he absolutely has had to work harder than Austin has for his points.
Yeah.
And so that's definitely...
It's hard to say that that's not the case, but he's right there in the moment, and is a lot of potential here for the game to go his way. And if it's not going his way, it's going to seem...
Oh, no, I think it's all... I think it's over. I think the game's over. I think Horton's...
I'm just saying that's the mentality. It's going to be... You start looking for reasons why it didn't go your way.
Well, I mean, I think the game's over on the bottom of turn 4 right now. Like, basically, he rolled... So Austin has successfully rolled, it's whatever, it's die rolls, but he has rolled his Emperor's Will objective 4 times now on one of the dice. And 2 of the times, he additionally rolled one of the other dice, one of the other objectives in his own deployment zone. So this time, he did that again. So Austin has killed that last immortal and now gets 2 more points.
And there's no way that...
Horton can't stop it. So basically, I mean, that's what I'm saying is, like, in this particular iteration, there are 9 other games going on. I don't know what their personal experiences are, but I know in this game, the guy with 5 models hasn't even had to move to score his points, and the other guy has had to do some crazy aggressive stuff to get his points. So that's the one thing about Maelstrom of War that we always talk about is why we like it. But this is not Maelstrom of War. This is a much more concise version of it that is distilled it down to 6 iterations or 12 iterations. Not and 12. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think a couple things have into play here. Like obviously, yes, it's frustrating, and I could see that because of the good luck that Austin has had with that specific aspect of the game. But to be honest, if there wasn't the 27-point differential between the two right now, it doesn't matter if he would. Horton can still win and do really well in other aspects of the game. But I think that might be weighing some. That the only way that it lines up for him he has to win all the points.
He has to win all the points to win this one.
Yeah.
We've even determined though that he's not making that I want all the points plays either.
And here's kind of something we were talking about too. Is mission theory is solid here. I like this Maelstrom War mission. Like I'm not like actively speaking out against it. I am completely sympathetic because I have been in there watching this game, and I absolutely believe that Horton is working harder than Austin here. But the thing is I kind of want to see mission theory in our mission order change a little bit. I want to see this Maelstrom War mission maybe be mission 1.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's gonna get heated in the final round of the event when you have you've distilled down all the most competitive people to play against each other in that final round. I think that's gonna be the problem more than anything else. It's not the fact that the mission is a problem. Mission I think is fine.
It's just, is this the last style mission versus? Okay, I mean that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. And so I'm looking to play this more also before any kind of tweaks. I mean, I play all the missions too, just to try to sympathize with some of the things that people point out.
Oh yeah, I work it all the time. Like I found a new wording error. We thought we had this wording right, but still somebody was able to misinterpret it. The control your opponent's Emperor's Will objective or control the center of the table by having a unit within 3 inches of that point. These guys didn't think that the word control was enough to mean that if they had a unit within 3, you couldn't control it. Because it wasn't followed by the word objective. So, yet again, we're finding some more things we have to tweak. Like I said, if one person out of 10 still didn't understand it, that's not good enough for me. I want it to be universally understood.
That is ideal, but probably unattainable.
Unattainable, but I won't stop trying to attain it.
Oh yeah. By all means, we should try. We should try for sure, and then have it, on that kind of page 4 of the tournament pack. And that's why I didn't want to put too many references to that in our actual missions, because I want tournament organizers to be able to go in there and just do their own page 4.
Absolutely.
Be like, hey, dude, this is what all these words mean to us here, and this is how you're gonna play.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Maybe a glossary would be kind of interesting to read. Word control means.
So we just pointed to pages in the rule book. Sorry, just me to cut you.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, so Angelo just is pointing out here and chiming in, saying that he ran a tournament at the local game shop in Colorado, and in the last tournament they found a way to make Maelstrom missions work in the competitive scene. The way that our tournaments are played out that way, how they do it. So he doesn't know if it'll work under every type, but
he should shoot us an email so we can see what he's doing compared to what we're doing.
Yeah, that's Angelo, please, if you would, let us know what made yours work and what your missions were like.
Yeah, I mean, ours are working. I'm not saying it's not working. We're universally doing fine out there. It's just I'm only seeing quote unquote butt hurtness at the high level in the championship rounds.
Yeah. So a lot could also be said. Let's say this last round was nothing but 3 objectives in each, or 2 objectives in each deployment zone, or something of the sort, and somebody's playing gunline Tau, and they were able to camp on their objectives. Things happen. It could have went the exact opposite way. It could have went very solid, and both players are drawing it out to the end. Is there? And there's no way that Horton can win objectives right now? Is that correct?
Well, it could go 7 turns. He could be scoring points.
Well, I mean, it could keep going for sure. But there is a time limit, and they are approaching that time limit. They're basically not getting out of turn 5.
Okay. And how many Horton is down? How many now? 3?
I think Horton's going to be down 3 at the end of this 3 at this turn.
Yeah, that's basically insurmountable at that point.
Yeah. So,
I don't know, man. Last night, I played this exact mission last night against a very, very competitive list with my homebrew. Basically first time out with the homebrew. and it was a game the whole way, and we didn't have that. We did have some objectives that were rolled more often than others because there's only so many. When you're rolling 2 dice a turn, that's what it is. But we were still having to go all over the table trying to get stuff. And the only time that I was able to kind of feel like I was gaming the system is when I rolled the objective right next to my Emperor's Will and got them both. With different units, but still got them both because I castled up in that area, kind of banking on defending that spot.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I mean, so like I'd like
more
to
plays leads to more refinement.
Patrick is saying here, like, he still doesn't believe that mission cards are still bad. If you draw cards that match your objective missions, but if I get screwed because I draw bad cards, it's like, okay, well, it's just so we know we are playing. I don't agree with the cards as well. I'm on with that, but to say that the Maelstrom mission in a whole is not possible by underneath, Patrick, by what you're saying, that's just like saying I lose the game because I roll bad dice and the opponent he did good because he rolled good dice in a kill point mission. Like there's nothing that we can do. Like we were playing games with variables.
Yeah,
so,
and you've also got to play. You got to build your list to the format. Like we endorse, we really strongly get behind tournaments publishing their types of missions before the event, so you know what to prepare for. Like you know you need to get out there and have an army that's capable of completing the task in the missions.
And then that because of that keeps some things at bay. For example, you've got these big invisible units that can't kill anything. Most of these invisible units aren't objective secured, like the Seer Star, the B Star, and things. So where if you are a large MSU build, you're going to take casualties. But in a game where it's progressive objectives, you can like pop and drop per se, steal that point. In turn, you're going to die, but it's fine. But you built your army to the missions.
Yeah, and you should. Take all comers, of course. But your army should be capable of winning every game. Or you recognize the struggles you're going to have going into it and find another way to overcome.
Yeah, and we've played. I'd like to even say we played in a Maelstrom mission where it was just straight up out of the book. You played and the cards, and I am not a fan of them. Like I am not here to say that I am. I like the Maelstrom mission idea that we have
I don't like it.
FTM. Yeah, like drawing cards and stuff that's for the birds, in my opinion. But we can't just say we don't like them because it's too random. It's like, well, that's like saying we should get rid of dice because it's too random. We don't know what my models do because dice are involved.
Yep.
It's all about.
I'm more on the bet. Like these, you play the mission 2 or 3 times, and you have a different outcome, a different experience.
Yep. That's a very good point. Even to be said of like you run a unit in an army one time and it does bad, and you automatically think that unit should be cast aside. And it's like, wait a second. You have to play it multiple times to even see if it's relevant or not, and just see if some bad luck just didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Horton is coming in deep.
Yeah. Kind of a weird little angle turn on that, but
yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that's exactly an accurate. There we go, Horton.
Yeah.
I don't know if he heard us, but his inner soul heard us. But it looks like that Night Titan. Oh, all the croissants are in play. He's going all in here, and he is not allowing. He's trying to stop that extra points, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it's possible. He could. I don't know what he's got left, but he could put a tabling, and that gets him some points.
Yep. That's true. It depends on how many this Knight Errant has left, or this. And
he's still got to play like somebody's coming up behind him also.
Yep.
Like, you don't want to get too loose and give up points, and they end up being 4th.
Yeah. Gillette Gaming is bringing in Maelstrom missions are fun, aka BO style, but honestly, it's entirely broken with the raw rules as written. I think we all could agree. In the tournament scene, we can agree with that. There's probably some people at home that all they do is play nothing but Maelstrom mission because it's really fun with them, in their basement, which is cool.
Oh yeah, when you play a game and you're like, I just drew 5 points in one draw here, and your opponent gets 0, then you'd be like, hey man, that's cool, let's just play again.
Yep.
Or then you could be like, well, let's just pretend you didn't get those cards.
Yeah.
But in a tournament, you can't be all like that. You can't be colluding like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you need something right out the gate that's more balanced. And I'd say that the one we've got proposed is arguably more balanced. And I think the alternates, like the prior, like more than others.
You broke out there for a second. You're saying like the alternates of having the objectives and or giving somebody the option of having an objective or kill an independent HQ. Kill this, kill that.
Yeah. I think that or needs to be fixed a bit.
Either
to make this, I think. I don't know. I mean, maybe we get there. I don't know.
Yeah. And also another thing that I've been noticing is that because of the style of list that Austin has, he doesn't have a lot of units. He doesn't have a lot of things like this where if... Oh, he picked it up. He got the Night Titan. The last Night Titan is off the board. That's huge. It's coming down. That is huge. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to go to the overhead. Austin has 3 units left, and they are all dug in that corner. There is a Knight or a Wraith Knight, a squad of 2 jet bikes, and the Laughing God mantle. But Horton wasn't able to, I don't think, utilize the we can call them secondaries or the other options of the Maelstrom missions. It was the objectives plus the other stuff, just because of the restrictive list that Austin had. Does that make sense? There wasn't a lot of...
yes, but he does have an independent character on there.
Yeah.
With the mantle guy. I'm not saying that guy's easy to kill. I'm not at all. And he does have other non-independent, like in the jet bike units.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got the mobility. He could be on every single one of these objectives right now.
Yeah,
he could already be just camped out on every spot right now.
Yep.
Now that would open him up to other places. So there's a disadvantage to that too. And I don't want to sound ignorant to that, but like what Kenny and I were talking about earlier is like, what are you playing for? I'm playing for the max points.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do I got to do to make sure I get ahead?
Max points.
I may lose. Yeah, it's like, I think I'm going to table you. I'm going to put myself out there to where even if you get up in kill points, I'm going to be just tabling you and win that objective.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I'm not there. I'm not playing. I'm not rolling the dice. Coulda, woulda, shouldas. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
sure.
And Horton is a great player playing a great game.
Yeah.
I don't want to take absolutely anything away from what he's doing because he is obviously doing work. So he's taking a pipe to this list.
Yeah. Yep. He is down to Austin is down to having 3 models left. There's only 1 jet bike now. The Warlord and the Wraith Knight. I wonder. Yep, and we are getting so tight on time. I wonder the exact start and finish of this probably. Oh, they just shook hands. That's game.
Yeah, again, real kudos to Austin to get in that position to where he had to make his opponent make all these decisions and worry about like trying to max out and this, that, and the other. You know what I mean?
Yep. Because Austin was also playing to the mission of, hey, I'm gonna flex here on this side when I need to. I'm gonna keep you. I'm not gonna get bogged down in combat, and I'm gonna keep you busy by killing these annihilation barges. I mean, it seems like Austin made all the right decisions as well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously to get to where he was, he made a lot of great decisions.
Yep.
To get Horton to get where he is, made a lot of great decisions.
Yep. To be honest, I feel like Austin won, or Horton won the secondary. I think he won kill points.
I think he probably did at this point.
Yeah, because I mean, he only lost the 4 annihilation barges and a squad of immortals. So 5, maybe 6. Austin is down both knights or Knight Titans, 2 Wraith Knights, 3 Eldar jet bike squads. So we're at 7 right there. So it's going to be close. It might even be a tie, depending on if there's any small things that we didn't see.
And Austin did not get out of his deployment zone if they're still over there, so he didn't get those points.
So Chandlers want to know, have we seen anything to say where the meta is going? Man, I think you want to know where the meta is going in every direction. Play what you want right now, man.
Yep. Obviously, Night Titans, did not get the nail in their coffin like a lot of people assume that they might. Looks like Necron's still a good book. We know that multi-cad Necrons with multiple annihilation barges is good. Nobody's ever questioned that. But some interesting choices here, like Death Marks, things like that. Flying monstrous creatures still a thing.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just like everything's there.
Yeah, literally everything is a thing right now. Like I can't really come to my head and say like, I mean, we can even go to Space Marines of like MSU Marines and Rhinos. A fatty Centurion squad with invisibility is not a super good army right now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just it's hard to say what isn't good.
But that's fun. I mean, that's really fun to not think you're gonna man. Like right now, you could conceivably go to a tournament and still have to play 3 B stars in a row, but you might not. Like the odds are just as good as you playing 3 different things, I think.
Yep. And that's a great point. Yeah, I mean we are, I would say, in the opposite of where we were at the in 6th edition, the end of 6.
Yep. See if we can get Kenny back in here to see how the points all shook out.
Right. Try to have Austin and Horton in here as well.
Yeah, that'd be good. Get their ideas on how they think things went. I'll be right back.
No doubt, man. All right. Well, that concluded the actual game. We're about to get results momentarily. We do know that Austin got the points that he needed. I just want to give everybody a quick rundown of what happened before. That's Austin. I know that hand. So Austin came into this game with a 27-point lead over Horton. Austin is running the triple Knight Tite or Wraith Knights and double Knight Titans with 4 Eldar jet bikes. He then his opponent, our good buddy Horton, was playing the 4 Knight Size with double Deathmark squad and 5 Annihilation barges. So Horton knew going into this game that he needed a minimum of 27 points to tie Austin at first place, where there needed to be at least a 27-point difference spread. He had to have 28 points to win. So he had to go into this game knowing that this is what he had to get to. I'm almost positive it looks like the actual numbers coming down to this will probably be, we're going to see somewhere in the rounds of Austin 19, Austin 18 to 15. I mean, I think it's going to be a really close game. I think Horton is able to still put up good points. I think he's still going to secure second place. I don't think that'll be taken away from him. And let me tell you, both of these guys deserve first and second place. Angelo just sent a message saying, I sent a message to the FTN Facebook page so you can see how we use tactical objectives in the competition. Let me know some thoughts in the future sometime. No doubt, man. We will definitely get to those and talk about it. Thanks for tuning in and checking us out also, Angelo. William Bryce. As well, so we just did the BEO Maelstrom, and I thought that it would work very well, especially that it was the objectives labeled 1 through 3, and there is no one of each on each side. Okay. So all the objectives were in the dead center, is that what you're saying? So nobody could kind of camp on in their own deployment zone. People had to move to the center of the board. Well, the summer seasonal is coming to a close. We've got we will have the point spread and who placed and what army list momentarily. But I just want everybody to know how exciting I am, and a lot of guys are, about the Space Wolf book. Monday, we are going to be, Monday, that is tomorrow night, for our live Monday hangout at 10 o'clock. Please make sure you tune in. You will be able to hear some a really solid list that Kenny and I came up with yesterday, utilizing the Space Wolves, and answer all the questions about this Forge Narrative Summer Seasonal, and potentially win the next one.
Sorry it took me so long to get back. All the data was coming in. I had to scoop up all these scorecards.
It's all good.
So yeah, Horton lost. He got 1 point.
1 point.
Yep.
Oh man.
He didn't even get kill points? He didn't get secondary?
No, he didn't. I mean, he had a couple of bad, break checks in the last turn, and a couple of bad die rolls, and then he wasn't losing it by 3 points. He was only losing by 2, so he was still in it. And then he rolls his Maelstrom ones, and so basically, Horton almost didn't get any desirable rolls on the Maelstrom chart. So yet again, it was the things he couldn't get, and so he definitely, like I said, he was a little salty. He just talked to me a few minutes ago. He definitely believes Maelstrom or War missions should not be in the tournament. I've talked to a few other people. I've gotten pretty much 50-50 mixed results down the table. Half the people I've talked to thought it was a great time and didn't have any problems with it, and half the people I've talked to felt like they played a perfect game. That's what Horton said, actually. He thinks he played a perfect game.
Well, wait till he sees this. I'm kidding.
I feel like he might have made only one mistake, but I still think I stand by the fact that I think or the opinion that I believe he had to work way harder than Austin, and he actually almost tabled Austin.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he had 3 models left.
So I mean, I completely sympathize with that. I'm not willing to give up on Maelstrom just yet. I told that to Horton. I was like, there's a few tweaking. We can twerk this mission out, get it even more perfect. Maybe
I'm not married to Maelstrom War either. I mean, this is in here for completeness sake of the edition.
Yes.
There's
way
that's kind of one of the things.
too many pages dedicated to this concept in the rulebook to ignore it.
Yeah. I mean, people are going to play it, and that's what they're going to want to play. It's some version of it, and I think this is a more competitive version of it. But I mean, I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to say. That analysis you just gave is going to be tough. I think we'll need to talk about that, just everything, with all things considered, with nobody's feelings involved. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no. The thing is, I actually I'm fine with it. I think the easiest way to fix it is to really look at the data after a few of these, and I think you have to kind of take the temperature of emotions, of opinions, of competitiveness, and what round. I'm thinking I'm kind of leaning between either have it the last game of the first day or have it just be or be the first game period.
Yeah, or I mean, honestly, for people that are wanting to use the mission packs for the tournaments, you don't even use it if you don't think that people want to play that. Redo mission 1 or come up with your own in the same style. I mean, that's kind of one of those things. Judge the temperament of your people. I think what this did when I was playing it, was that it made me think about it. When I was coming in with all my reserves in a single drop having come somewhere, I had to kind of spread it out, make sure I was everywhere, or at least felt like I could get everywhere, and it maybe not commit to one thing to not lose points later in the game. So maybe it influenced my style of play, and that's kind of cool, I think, in the mission.
Yeah, no doubt. And I agree with you. I'm not willing to give up on it, and I think that we're going to continue to evolve the tournament and the packet. I think it's really close to being what it needs to be.
Oh, for sure.
I got a guess though right now.
Oh, who do we have?
I've got the winner of the first Forza Narrative seasonal right here.
Austin.
What's up, fellas?
Austin, I want you to know that coming into this game, at the beginning of this show, I gave you some theme music.
Oh yeah, what we got? What we got?
It's coming. I lost it right now. Let's keep talking. We'll keep it going. I'll bring it back.
Hey man,
Austin, just talking about the last mission.
Yeah, we want to let's get your opinion on that last mission. Being the guy who just won the tournament.
Well, I was playing in North Carolina a couple weeks ago, and I was on the receiving end of Maelstrom. Bad things. I feel like I got lucky, got some good rolls on my objectives, and was able to close out the primary there at the end. Yeah, it was a crazy game. He definitely killed the most stuff this tournament against me for sure.
Of anybody else?
Oh, I had one Wraith Knight left and like 3 bikes and a Farseer. That was it.
Yep.
So he definitely laid the wood to me, so to speak. But I pulled it out there in the end.
Well, you were playing the mission. I mean, that's basically.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, see, that's a really good contrast to it all. Is like, obviously, Austin basically on paper lost.
Yeah.
We gave the people a mission that would let you overcome a potentially bad matchup or a bad series of dice rolls, but mainly a bad matchup. Like clearly, Horton had the recipe.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, this was a hard counter for you, I would say.
Oh, don't get me wrong. We still tied in kill points. We were running out of time there too at the end, but I still have a blast playing this list. I think this list I ran is super competitive and easy to run.
Austin, I love your list, man. To be honest, I think it is a lot better version of what Five Nitans want to be. Man, I've got nothing but good things to say about your style of list that you've put together.
Did you just shorten Night Titans?
Yeah, he's just Five Nitans.
Five Nitans. That's what they are almost dead to me. So that's what happens. They will become less and less.
Start losing syllables.
Yep.
The first thing is gonna be cuz.
Yep.
That's funny. Rob dubbed me the Knight 12 has to play Knights at the Forge Narrative tournament, so I brought all the Knights to play with.
There we go.
That's awesome. No, yeah, I do think I agree. He's way stronger than Five Night Titans. Well, you played. I like it.
So overall, Austin, with the list that you played, now did the list actually just dominate everybody with other lists, or like what was it? Was it built for the style of missions, the TPM missions?
It's definitely does very well in this mission style.
Okay.
But the really strong point of the list is you have to get through so many toughness 8 and so many armor 13 that eventually it wears you out, and turn 3-4 is I own that turn.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Like,
yeah. No,
Yeah,
I was playing the Satan. I've never played the Satan before. I was playing.
You played Jaw. Yeah, we had Ender in here talking about it before.
Oh, I'm so nervous about the Satan just because of the firepower he's got, and Ender said it the best. I have more wounds than he does.
Yeah, he's like, I have this one gargantuan creature that has 6 wounds and some tricks, but you have like 5.
5 of them, yeah. I got 5 of those guys, so war of attrition.
Also, I would like to applaud you on your use for the 2 games that I was involved with. Watching here, I'd like to say just what a great job you did with the Eldar jet bikes. You didn't just keep them in reserve. You didn't take a psychic ability to keep them off the board. It just seemed to me they were just as much involved after turns 2 and 3 as anything else. You were
absolutely.
assaulting with them. You're utilizing their ghetto rending.
I feel like Forge the Narrative missions that you guys have come up with you kind of put a stop to the leave all the bikes in reserve.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do things turn 1 and 2. Like and my list is, if I only ran 5 models, I'm lacking that. So having 4 jet bike units that are able to just go obnoxiously far across the board and score things definitely helped. I don't know if you guys caught it in the last game there. MVPs of that game, I had a jet bike unit, 3-man squad, made an 11-inch charge into a ruin.
We saw that. Yeah.
Ended up wiping that unit the next turn. They ended up surviving an entire shooting phase against a whole Deathmark squad.
No way.
Yep. And then they did.
Yeah, these Deathmarks auto-murdered a Wraith Knight. Couldn't kill 3 jet bikes.
Could not kill 3 jet bikes. So the one bike was able to cancel out that objective for him, allowing me to win primary. But also, the next turn, his Deathmarks were all bunched up from getting out, and he failed his leadership, ran off the board.
Is it just me?
Oh, gracious.
What's up, Paul? What were you asking?
I know.
He's all frozen.
Yeah, we're losing
Didn't
your
hear
picture.
Did you feel like making the aggressive plays to get all the points, and it kind of felt like maybe your opponent was not?
He definitely got frustrated, I think, with his dice rolls. He felt that I was rolling.
Do you feel like Horton didn't play aggressively enough? I guess is the question.
It's like, because I think you were playing fairly aggressive.
I think he did a good job. I think that I only saw one, in my opinion, there's only one turn that I thought he did the wrong thing.
What was that?
It was like in the first turn, he dumped the Deathmarks in the backfield and sent this other Night Scythe in the middle of the table. We think that the Night Scythe that went to the middle of the table to shoot your Night Titan should have been the one with the Deathmarks, dropped them in the middle of the table, shot back at the very same Wraith Knight he tried to get, while the other Night Scythe should have come up and downloaded his guys on your, because he did it to you twice.
Yes.
He downloaded 10 Immortals on an objective your bikes were on and took it from you.
Yes.
Like, he had that same opportunity on turn 1 and just didn't do it. Instead, so like that was one we initially thought, we were like, I feel like he should have just swapped the places that they were, and he could have actually taken the yearly tie instead of like always be 1 point behind you.
Which was, that was huge, I thought. Me being able to be ahead of him and going second is huge in that type of mission.
And that's so kind of we thought that was a mistake. But the very next time he had that opportunity, he actually did what we wanted to do.
He took advantage of that.
But the entire time, his Deathmarks were in a bad position. His Deathmarks could have been in the center of the table.
Oh, they're deadly.
Yeah. So that was our only critique of his playstyle. Not his playstyle, but of his decision making.
Yep. But it seemed like you were doing what you needed to do. Did you like the other rounds?
I had a blast. What was the mission 4 this morning? I've never played mission 4 before. Super fun.
Mission 4, like I've said, has been the mission that we've spent the most amount of time on reworking and rewording.
Oh, it's fun. Let me see if I can see what the...
Oh, mission 4 is my absolute favorite. So the progressive objectives on top of Emperor's
Orgy
Wheel.
of the Slave Pits.
Yeah, Orgy of the Slave Pits.
That one.
Oh, you guys are great. Yeah, but I've never seen 8 objectives on a field, and that's kind of...
And I would like to commend on what a great job that you played that. That was a very hard, bad matchup for you in that style of mission because you were playing against so many objective secured wave serpents and guys.
I could talk for an hour about, because I play that too. I play the wave serpent spam. I've seen that, and I know what that's capable of. I felt Casey in that matchup was way too defensive.
Yeah, I feel like Casey. That game wasn't the game you just played. The game you just played was full of all sorts of tactical maneuvers. I feel like Casey just got too intimidated.
He didn't shoot a shield once.
Yeah.
The entire game with 6
gracious.
He should have just said, I'm gonna roll these 4+ G saves and these 3+ G saves.
I'm shooting shields.
And you're never gonna pen me.
I'm gonna kill everything. He was super defensive, and you know how it is. It's a dice game. When the dice turn, bad things can happen. And
hey guys, but anyway, I think we're getting ready to wrap this up and do some awards and everything like that, and I gotta go out there and figure out everything.
Well, good. Well, you want to just wrap this up here as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds good. Austin, congratulations.
Appreciate it, guys.
Juice.
Yep, without a doubt. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Thanks for on MC duties today.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. And make sure everybody remembers who are left viewing tomorrow night. You will get a full recap of that plus all the beginnings of the new Space Wolves. So please tune in.
Tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Monday.
Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, guys.
See y'all.